Why would you say that it's a dumb way to make money when that's what you do?
Because my job is a 1 in a million job.
But there's so many ways to make money online. And you are an example of people who chronically spend all their time on the internet. That's not the only way.
Hold on, first of all, there's
money.
Not that many ways to make money online. It's pretty hard.
There's so many ways to make money online.
It's a grind. It's very difficult to make a decent amount of money online.
You keep talking about me like I'm advocating for the big crypto guy. When you asked me an example of an entrepreneur who makes money, I talked about my editor who makes money off consultation calls because he studied the algorithm and because he's networked with the right people and he provided value by learning how to edit. He found a skill, reinvest in other places, and then you keep talking about crypto. Bro, that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. The creativity kit is about learning a skill, becoming valuable, and then investing in other places. Not working at Burger King.
I agree, but what you're talking about, that guy, that editor guy, he didn't learn how to edit because he took an online course on it. He learned how to edit because he did it. He worked that job.
How to edit. He'd be okay that I'm safe, that I have a comfortable job. It would be fine. But I want exceptional. I'm ambitious. I want everybody in my chat to not let go of that ambition that you have inside of you. Young men are ambitious by nature. We want to conquer. We want to go get it. And then everything we hear in life is to get rid of that. And I hate that mentality.
Then talk about other social media platforms.
Hi, what's up?
Yo, what up? What's poppin'?
Not that much. We're listening to this guy roast your program. What the fuck?
Yeah, this is pretty old. This is like a month old. We've fixed a lot of these problems since then. And what do you think about the fact that all streamers and everybody only reacts to negative things about me? Like, you talk pretty highly about my main channel videos. You're like, oh, he makes good content in the past. But every time another streamer, anybody talks about me, has to be something negative.
Well, I just react to whatever chat links me generally. Are you at, like, the stuff I've reacted to negatively has mainly been stuff that you've wanted to watch with me, like other streamers talking shit on you?
But every video, every single day, there's another one.
Well, yeah, I mean...
Do you think... I was just thinking, like, before joining the stream, drama is just what everyone wants to watch. And it's been pretty eye-opening seeing all these videos. It's like, when you get to a certain point, you probably experience the same thing. Everybody just needs to see something wrong. People like to see you fall when you're up.
Yeah, I mean, negativity sells. Like, that's just...
do you think he's actually roasting it? I saw some of that video, and the one part that I did criticize Musa for was deleting that testimonial. I did not know he did that. Other than that, like, what in the video was that valid? What criticism do you think were valid in there? You can keep watching if you want to.
Sure. There's not much left. I don't know. It seems pretty fair. It seems like he's worried that some of the advice that was given was like a little bit too specific.
The one part I didn't like was that he's saying that because I'm telling people how to clip up my streams and put it on TikTok, that means it's the only type of content that I'm promoting, and that's not true. Those things don't have to be mutually exclusive.
Okay. I can't speak because I haven't seen the program. Like,
well, what's your take? How long is that video? Like 20 minutes?
Yeah, but I mean, I haven't seen the program. So he says that he feels like you talk about that a lot or too much or whatever, but maybe you don't talk about it too much, but I haven't seen like the other stuff that you talk about, so I can't really say.
Okay.
Right? I don't know.
I just turned on my stream. Chat, we're watching some guy talk about the creativity kit. This was a month ago, I think. When we first launched it, it was a one-time payment at the time, and now it's $50 a month. And since then, what we did to circumvent like people saying that there's not enough information in the creativity kit, we do 3 calls a week. I do three hours a week. We all do a networking call. I do Q&As. I bring on special guests. I brought on multi-millionaires. We talk, and we've even found I got people jobs in the creativity kit. I got somebody an editing job. This guy Steph is cold, another red pill guy that you wouldn't agree with, hopped in one of my streams, and then he hit me up asking for an editor. I went to the creativity kit, asked for an editor, and now he found a full-time guy. So it's a great place to network and develop the skills to make money online. But I feel like your sentiment here and overall like the blue pill ideology is that not everybody can get rich, and that not like that everybody in your chat right now, it's like instead of trying to improve, instead of trying to find a way to make more money, it's like they'd rather just like get in a chat and waste their time and not improve it all. Like, oh well, everything else is, these are crypto nerds. Like, why don't you try to make some money online instead of watching Destiny all day?
I mean, there are things you can do to like improve yourself, but like trying to learn how to make money online is probably one of the most worthless things you can do for self-improvement.
That's such a dumb thing to say, because you spend hours online. Like you literally are a professional moneymaker online. Why would you say that it's a dumb way to make money when that's what you do?
Because my job is a 1 in a million job.
But there's so many ways to make money online. And you are an example of people who chronically spend all their time on the internet. That's not the only way.
Hold on. First of all, there's
money.
not that many ways to make money online. It's pretty hard.
There's so many ways to make money online.
It's a grind. It's very difficult to make a decent amount of money online. Like,
right. So, but you don't talk about the grind. You rather say like, go to college. I saw you on Adam 22. You're like, go to college.
yeah, because college is a super reliable course to build yourself.
College is a scam. College is a giant scam. Most of these majors are a waste of time now. You have to pay 50 grand a year to a lot of these schools.
Why do you think people pay the money?
Because it's an illusion to make them feel like they're productive and they're doing something when in reality they don't know what they want to do. They're just in there taking up loans and then they end up at 40 with a bunch of
all of societies, they don't end up with debt. They end up out earning people with high school degrees by about $1 million over the end of their lifetime. There's a reason why people pay so much for degrees. It's because they tend to pay for themselves.
You're telling me you don't know a lot of people in your generation that have to pay so much money off in student loans?
I know more people that went broke on crypto than I know people that wasted money on a STEM degree.
Okay, but why are you advocating for the grind of college, but not advocating for making money?
Because
online?
college is a reliable path that if you get on the path and you put in the work, there's a guaranteed reward at the end. It's not a competition with other people. Competition's by
a reliable path. What did you go to college?
Kind of.
Kind of. So you didn't even you dropped out, and you're telling people to go to college?
Yeah, because I'm a 1 in a million. What I did was incredibly rare. Like, what do you mean? Like, not everybody can take the same path that I took.
Why are you not advocating? Like, if you know how to do it, why don't you try to tell people how to do it? You're not a 1 in a million. Like, do you think what you did is that difficult?
I was literally the first person in the world to quit their job and do streaming as a profession. Yeah, like I think that's a 1 in a 10 or 100 million or 1 in 9 billion. Yeah, like yeah, I think it's an incredibly rare thing. Like even on the Twitch platform, to be somebody that makes a living is like a 1 out of 100,000 thing. What are there, like 10 million streamers on Twitch or whatever? It's some absurdly high number. And I think
you have to grind to get it. There's a lot of
it's
people
not just grinding. No. College is a grind that you can grind on and get a career waiting for you at the end. Streaming is a lot of luck. You have to be lucky enough. You have to have
a lot of these people to like figure out that they don't. Okay, they get a job at some office with a boss with a pension, 5 days a week. Nobody wants to do that anymore. Nobody wants to be a slave to that. You don't want to be a slave to that. You do the complete opposite of a college degree.
You see
and you tell people to go do it
because I'm like the glorious top of the top of the top. For most people that are trying to grind on online shit, they're doing like this weird esoteric research, constantly refreshing their fucking Amazon page or whatever shop they have to see that they've earned like another like $2.84 for the month, like praying to God that they managed to ship a few more things or get a few more clicks or whatever. Like it's not glorious there. You think most of these people are like, yeah, bro, like I just checked my crypto earnings for the day, made another $2,000, gonna go down, have a coffee, get on my MacBook and like see if I can make like another 400,000. Like that's not most people. Most people on this online grind are like unemployed dudes either in their mom's basement or at home with their girlfriend, like working part-time or full-time, like servers work on the side.
They hear advice from you. They hear advice that like, oh, I should go to college. I should give up my time. I should be slow and bored after 5 p.m. and not take any time to invest in myself. Most of the people who make money online, and I'm one of those people, are saying that it's a mindset shift. And if you start thinking like an entrepreneur, you can actually make money doing this thing. There's so many ways to make money online. I just got a full-time editing job from my creativity kit.
If I could find...
I just did my Discord. He works a full-time job now.
He didn't get it because he learned something. He got it because he got networked with you. That's different.
No, he learned how to edit. And he emailed Steph is Cold. He was the best editor of the 5 people that he selected. You have to get good at editing. There's a lot of skills.
He didn't learn editing from your program.
He
got networked in your program.
Okay, but it's a combination of multiple things.
No, but I'm just saying he paid money to get into Discord and you ended up recommending him. But again, even that is a lucky thing. How many people were in your program that can edit? Like even that was lucky.
Maybe he learned editing from a film school, from the traditional path like I did, learning how to edit up for a fucking TV show or a movie, and then he found out how to make money online from TikTok or from this algorithm from the new content space, figured out how to use the skill set, and then ended up in the right place at the right time and got a job.
If I were to talk to most entrepreneurs, I think the vast majority of them, if you're asking them what you should do, I think they would say you should go to college. That'd be my guess.
No, they don't say that. Drop out.
If I would have to find real entrepreneurs. Online,
you're an entrepreneur online, you dropped out.
But I'm an intelligent person. Online entrepreneurs don't count because most of these guys got lucky on crypto and they think they know anything about business. I'm sorry, but if you do crypto, you're not an entrepreneur. You don't know anything about business or employees or anything. You have no experience in this world. Not you personally, but anyway, yeah. Do I think that my viewers are... It's not about dumb. It's not just a matter of how smart you are. I think it's a matter of...
It's a genuine question. Do you think you're smarter than your viewers?
Like in what way? In what sense?
You said that you're an intelligent person. You're 1 in a million. Not everybody could do what you do. Do you?
When I
think
say
you're
I'm
smarter
1
than
in a
the-
million and not everybody can do what I do, what I mean by that is that throughout my life, before I was 22, 21 years old, I developed a hyper-specific set of skills, and I wound up in a hyper-select moment in history where a hyper-select amount of technology was available at a
got
time.
lucky?
Yeah, a lot of it was, yeah.
Oh, come on, man.
If I was born 5 years earlier, I would be a full-time carpet cleaner for the rest of my life. And if I was born 5 years later, I would be a full-time carpet cleaner for the rest of my life. Like the moment that I had,
my question though.
What is your question?
Do you think you're smarter than your chat?
Maybe on average, but that's not relevant. There's people that are smarter than me that are poorer than me. There's people that are dumber than me that are richer than me.
I think that's the difference between my mentality and yours. Like, I don't think that I'm smarter than the people that watch my stream. I think that I'm capable of getting to a point that everybody watching me can get to if they apply themselves properly and if they see that there's a way out of the programming like you did. You dropped out of your carpet cleaning bullshit matrix job, and now you have the best job ever. You play video games all goddamn day, sit in here and yell.
You're comparing, but this is not the average job in the online world. The average job here sucks shit. Even the average streaming job sucks shit. People that have 50 to 100 viewers that are having to like beg for subs, beg for donos, and grind every fucking day. Like, that's not a fun job. That's just as miserable as any other job.
It's work smarter, not work harder. But you can work
not
smarter.
every. It's a. You don't understand, bro. There's a limited amount of viewer hours that exist in the world. You can't just invent people to watch your shit unless you're botting. You can't. Not everybody can be a big streamer. There's just not enough people in the world watching content.
Okay, but don't you understand that there's so many other ways to make money? You're really like pocketing in how many jobs there are online now. You know that there's a lot of people. I know people that make money just selling verification badges. I know people making money from crypto.
Listen to what you just said. Listen to what you just said. People that make money selling verification badges. These are people that are highly connected at social media companies.
Okay, how did they get that connection? How did they get that?
I don't know. It was either through work or whatever.
Smart.
I don't know how they got those connections, but I know not everybody can have. Listen. You need to have the economic understanding of what you're saying. The fact that somebody can make a living selling verification badges means that there's a demand for that, meaning the supply is very low, meaning it's very rare to be the person that can sell that service. By definition, not everybody can do that. All of these jobs are highly exclusive. If everybody could do them, there wouldn't be any money in doing them.
Being a high-value person that doesn't have to slave away at a college job 9 to 5 is difficult, but you can get there. And saying that there's only a streamer that can do that is limited.
What you're saying, like this is like, I already told my son this. Like, my kid's not doing YouTube until he finishes college. If you want to talk about being a high-value person, yeah, of course. Getting a college degree is one of the biggest investments you can make in yourself, and it's one of the biggest ways
you didn't even do it.
I got lucky.
You didn't do it.
I got
lucky. How are you advocating for something you didn't do?
Because I'm smart enough to see that I was one of the few survivors of that world. I made it out. I escaped. It's not like I grew from the path that was there.
Why did you drop out of college?
Because I was working full-time graveyard shifts, and I couldn't do college and work at the same time.
Did you like college?
Yeah, I wanted my music degree. I have a huge passion for music, of course.
Okay, do you need a music degree to be successful in the music industry?
You don't need one, but it helps.
No, you don't. It doesn't help.
How does it not help?
Bro, it doesn't. What did you want to do? You wanted to be an engineer?
No, but there was a really good saxophone program at my school. Being in that program gives you the opportunity to play
the saxophone?
Yeah, that was my. Why do you think I have a
and
saxophone
you wanted
background?
To get a degree to play the saxophone?
It's not about getting a fucking degree. It's about having the.
That's what you're saying it is.
It's about having the opportunity at school to play with other talented people. It's about the workshops you get connected to. It's about the traveling that your college sponsors. It's about the ensembles that you get to play with and the experience you get to build while being part of that ensemble. Otherwise, what? I'm gonna go busk downtown and hope that a good player shows up and wants to gig with me.
You can't do all of those things by meeting the right people.
You can learn how to build an atomic bomb by reading the right Wikipedia articles. That doesn't mean everybody can do it. It's nice having people to tutor you and mentor you and help you.
You're saying it's a safe space. It's a comfort zone for people who don't want to apply themselves.
It's not about a safe space.
It's about. You don't need a fucking degree to get to play the saxophone. You just need to know the right people, get in a band, and then go travel, get the experience of playing with other people. There's bro, who played the saxophone? Miles Davis. But he didn't get a fucking degree. There's not one saxophone player that you look up to who went to school for that. Don't you see the
First of all,
there? College was a safe space for you because you wanted to become a saxophone player.
Firstly, Miles Davis
is harder to actually do it. Miles, I don't give a fuck, but I get the point. There's someone else who played the saxophone. The point is that you wanted to become a successful saxophone player, and instead of applying yourself, you took the safe space in the belief, this imaginary world that going to school for it was actually going to get you a fucking job doing it. When that's not true. You need to put yourself in the right situations. You need to talk to the right people in order to become successful. That doesn't matter. A degree for saxophone?
I don't know how to I don't know how to break through
Miles
your
Davis didn't
programming.
play it. Who the fuck plays saxophone?
I don't know how to break through. No, most people probably didn't go to school. Just like a lot of great programmers didn't go to school. A lot of great developers didn't go to school. But the reality is that if you're searching online, this is the advice that I give everybody. If you're searching online for something to do besides going to school, you are the perfect person to go to school. That's what you need to do. If you don't need to go to school, you know it. This is the advice I give anybody that comes up to me for programming. If somebody says, hey, I kind of want to get into programming and I need to go, should I go to school or not to learn how to be a programmer? If you're asking me, the answer is yes. If you don't need to go to school, you know. By the time you're 18, 19, 20, no, hold on. By the time you're 18, 19, 20, if you have the skill set to be an entrepreneur, to start a business or whatever, you're not asking people online for advice on what to do. You already know. You're already part of that world. You already have those jobs. You're already building those connections. If you got to ask, go to school, get the degree. It's so much safer. It's so much more reliable.
You're smart enough to know that all information is available on YouTube now. You can find.
But why do teachers exist, Sneako? Why do teachers exist if everybody can just learn everything by reading an encyclopedia?
Exactly for the reason you went to school, to give you a comfort zone and make you feel like you're doing
something. I'm different. I'm not the average person. Okay.
You were when you were in college. When you were wanting to play the saxophone, you wanted to feel like you were doing something. You really wanted to go be independent and be an artist, and you decided to take the safe space of college. That's what college provides for you, a zone to make you feel like you're progressing when you're really not. You're just giving money to other people.
You literally are progressing. You're learning skills every single day in a college classroom.
You can learn an instrument. You can learn an instrument from YouTube tutorials.
You could.
You don't need school. That's a waste of time. And that's a perfect example. Like going to school for an artistry is. I went to film school. I was the same shit as you. Fucking misunderstood artist. You know, I was in film school. It's a waste.
Misunderstood artist.
Yeah, you wanted to play the saxophone. You were deep in there. You're trying to swoon a girl with a fedora on. Man, I know where you were. You were probably on Reddit forums and stuff like that. You said "my lady," and then you walked into the jazz club smoking a cigarette. You were misunderstood.
I wasn't misunderstood. I had to work too much, so I had to drop out.
Why don't you play the saxophone anymore?
I like the piano more. I had no time to relearn it. If I relearn an instrument, it'd be a guitar.
What job do you think you would have got from your degree?
I don't know if I would have gotten one at all. That's why I kept my casino job. That's why when it came time to choose between school or college, I chose work.
So you're saying you wouldn't have gotten a job playing the saxophone, but you're still advocating for people to go get a job. How does that make sense?
I'm saying that I didn't have the luxury of being able to go into infinite debt and screw around on the internet to figure out if I could make it big or not, because I had bills to pay and I had nobody in my life to support me. So when it came time to choose between doing school for a saxophone degree versus working full-time at the casino, if I live here on my own and I either have to pay my rent or be homeless, I chose the reliable job at the casino. That was my choice.
Okay. Would you have found a job if you stayed in school?
Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know what that path looked like. I didn't get to finish school.
Do you regret it? Do you want to go back?
I don't know. I thought about it sometimes, but I mean, obviously, I've picked up a whole new skill set doing what I do now.
If you are aware that all this information is available online, everything they teach in schools, all the books, all that, why are you still telling people to go to school? Is it because it's a safe space? Is it because it's a comfort zone to make them feel like they're progressing? Do you really think people aren't dumb enough to go out and seek that information themselves? I learned more in film school from YouTube tutorials than I did in class. I learned more on my laptop, like when I was running home to go edit videos.
That's great, because that's how you learn. I think I learned that way. I think I'm a really good self-directed learner, but most people aren't. That's just the reality.
Why do you think most people aren't like that?
I don't know. It's just it's a thing. Some people have it, some people don't. I don't know. Maybe you learn it in your childhood. Maybe what?
You really think it's a difference in brain, or are we just programmed to be bots and to be...
Hold on. I know. Hold on. We might do this in a second. People keep spamming that mutant Apple one, and I'll do it in a second, but I'm not going to have like a 3v1 fuck fest where we all just shit on Sneako for his fucking opinion on whatever. If he wants to drag him in a second, we can do it, but Jesus fuck, chill. Sorry. Okay. What were you saying? For programming for...
Do we really have different brains, me and you? Or did we just figure it out? Did we see past the matrix? Figured out a way... No, let me finish. Did we figure out a way to work out of that system, and most people never figured it out, not because of intellect, but because from birth we are programmed to be cogs in the machine?
You have to break out of... You're stuck in the matrix when you think of everything in terms of the matrix. Everybody's a part of the matrix, okay? We're all part of the matrix. We're all part of society.
Of course we are.
Right? So it's not... Hold on, wait. It's not about... Hold on, no, wait. Let me... I'm just going to keep talking until you stop. It's not about breaking out of the matrix. It's just the simple reality is that some people are really good at learning on their own, and some people have a lot of trouble learning on their own. Like, I think I'm a really good self-directed learner. If there's something that I'm passionate about, I can pick up a book and I can learn it and I can do that. Not everybody can do that. A lot of people need teachers to like schedule out what they're supposed to learn, give them like learning schedules, help them through problems or whatever. I'm not one of those people. Some people are, but most people are that thing. If it was the case, otherwise schools wouldn't exist. Everybody would just learn on their own.
Most people need someone to tell them what to do.
Most people, need some level of direction. Yeah. Yes.
Why?
How deep do you want to go on that? What do you mean, why?
You like philosophy? Let's figure it out.
Sure,
Why?
it would be a.
You're setting the precedent that we have different brains than most people, and I don't think so at all. I don't think I'm special.
My guess is going to be that most people work better getting directions from other people, probably because society works better when you've got a lot of followers and just a few leaders. If you've got a society full of people,
right?
Yeah, if you got a society full of everybody wants to be a leader, too many chiefs, not enough Indians is a saying, right? Then like society would probably fall into fucking disarray. Everything would be fucked, would be my guess.
So you're saying you want your chat to fall in line, be followers, aka bots.
And you want your community to fall in line and pay you to learn how to do drop shipping online. Like, what do you mean? Like, it's not like you can phrase this however you want. I want people to do is I want people to take the most likely successful step. No, you're bad faith. You keep saying I want people. You always rephrase these things to this like hyper autistic fucking red pill language because you can't engage with an idea.
You're getting around the point that
no. I'm exactly on the point that I'm making, but you can't comprehend this. You keep rephrasing. Oh, you want people to be bots. Oh, you want people to be the Matrix. I'm trying to be more. No, fuck. Get rid of that toxic line of thinking.
You're saying followers. You think people should
follow the leader. What I want people to do is I want people to take the most likely path to success. If you're going online and you're asking, what do I need to do to be successful? The fact that you're even asking that question means you're probably a little lost, meaning the best place for you is to go to a place that directs you to the ways that you can self-improve to get a job, which is college. That's the best place to do that.
Okay, you're going away from the point that you made earlier. You think most people should be followers because not everybody can lead. We need followers. We need sheep, and we need someone.
You're the one that calls it sheep. That's your word.
No matter what fucking lingo triggers you, that's essentially what you're saying, right?
Yeah, as opposed to what you're saying, where we need a bunch of like big-headed, egotistical, like ineptitude dipshits trying to run around and figure out their own way. Like I can phrase it like.
You're saying egotistical dipshit because you are like that too. You don't follow. You are a leader. Why are you not saying that people can be like you?
Because not everybody can fill those roles.
Why?
I don't know why. Because we learn different things in childhood. We have different fucking genes. Our brains develop differently. We just have a different set of experiences in our adolescent years. We go to different high school. I don't fucking know why the answer is. I just know that's the reality.
I'm trying to get to the next level. You've established that some people are meant to be leaders and some are meant to follow, right?
I don't know what you mean by meant to, but yeah, by the time you're like 18, 19, yeah, it's going to be pretty set in terms of like what your path roughly is going to be, probably, yeah.
Right. Do you think people would rather lead or follow?
I think people would rather do what they have the natural inclination to do. If you're like
avoiding the question, do you think
hold
it's
on.
better?
Hold on, wait. I need you to elevate your brainwaves right now because you are trapped in babyland. You ask me, what do you think people are more likely to do? Hold on, no, hold on.
For you, maturity.
No. I'm just going to talk over you until you let me finish a sentence. If I were to walk into a room with 50 people and I were to say, and I were to ask, like, do you think you're meant to be a programmer or a manager? And I've got like 50 programmers and 50 managers. Like, the answer is going to depend on what the person has the aptitude for. Most people, I think, are inclined to follow. They would prefer to be followers. Most people that are inclined to lead would probably would want to lead. Now, there's going to be some followers that want to be leaders, and maybe some natural leaders that want to be followers, but in general, that's what people are going to want. People, I'll take it a step further. Everybody thinks they want to be a leader, but you can see a really easy test of this even in video games. People don't want to be a leader. They want the glory for making good decisions as leaders. But the reality is when shit goes down and shit is fucked in society, in anything, if there's a fight, if you've ever seen people circle around, if there's a fire, if there's some shit going down in your video game, what does everybody do? Everybody looks around for somebody to make a decision because most people are looking for a leader, authority figure. No, yeah, because it's hard because nobody wants to be the person making the wrong decision. That's a lot of responsibility. Most people don't want to be leaders.
Be a leader. It's that it's hard to be a leader. Let's get a consensus from my chat and your chat. Type a 1 in the chat if you would rather be a leader. Type a 2 if you'd rather be a follower. And let's see what they say. I know all my chat would rather be leaders. I want to see what
they think they want to be leaders. But like, if you're playing League of Legends, if you're playing CS:GO, if you're playing whatever, how many times are you the one shot calling? How many times are you the one making the hard decision? How many times are you okay being the one that makes the bad call and getting like all the fucking responsibility for it? Like,
I can see the difference in our audiences right now. Your chat's all saying 2, they'd rather be followers, and mine's all saying 1, they would rather be leaders. Okay. So it's just a difference in our ideologies. You are purporting that people need to fall in line, and I'm purporting that people need to go and make themselves better. Everyone here wants to lead. They want to improve. Everyone in your chat is just kind of giving up on that, giving up on their dreams. They were once the saxophone player, and they're like, meh, I'm going to go be a carpet cleaner for the rest of my life. My chat wants to go play the saxophone. It's okay if you accept the fact that you want to go clean carpets for the rest of your life, but then don't talk down to people who are trying to.
I'm not talking down to anybody. If you want,
I need to elevate my brainwaves and I need to mature.
I said you need to elevate your brainwaves because you're asking me for like one-word responses to pretty complicated questions.
It's not that complicated.
You asked me what would people rather do, and I would.
What would you rather?
And the answer is people would rather do what they have the inclination to do. Followers would rather follow leaders without a lead. You're telling me that like your chat is full of people that want to be leaders, my chat are sheep that want to be followers. My question is, if you have so many leaders in your chat, why the fuck are they watching your stream at 9:30 EST on a Friday night?
Not leaders. It's that they want to.
And they're learning that here. They're not learning skills here to be leaders. Do you want me to tell you what? Do you want me to tell you what future leaders are doing?
Because what I'm saying is college is a scam. Bottom to top.
You want me to tell you what future leaders are doing right now? 18, 19-year-old future leaders.
What?
They're working on a project. They might be programmers. They're contributing to big repos online. They've got some like pet project that they're working on that they might have downloaded illegally fucking books to learn new programming languages for. That might be a guy that's a programmer. Other leaders might be people that are right now at a shop with their dad who owns a business, who's trying to pick up the tricks and trade of whatever the fuck they're doing. Those guys are leaders. There might be other people that are actually out hustling. And when I say hustling, I mean they're actually making the connections that they need to do, talking to the people they need to talk to. Yeah, they're out there doing shit. They're not watching videos online for like how to be a leader.
Destiny, would you call me a leader?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, of course.
Do you want to know how I got this information, how I learned this?
Sure.
From videos online, from watching people
You're
like
dead
Patrice
wrong.
O'Neal,
This is what you are the.
No. Let me explain it before you go on another.
Okay, go ahead. Careful though, because you're so wrong. But go for it.
Stand-up comedians. I was inspired by people who knew more than me, who got there on their own. I listened to life stories, I listened to information, and then I applied myself. Just because they're on here watching this, because a lot of people watch myself every single day. They're not watching it all. They're not spending all. I tell them to get off the shit too. Don't watch this chronically and think that you're progressing.
When did
you?
When did you start watching Patrice O'Neal?
When I was like 15, 16, I started watching Bill Burr when I was like 10, Louis C.K. when I was like 9.
Okay, Louis C.K. and Bill Burr are not giving you life. I don't know how much Patrice O'Neal gives, but like
yes, he did. Cult of Black Phillip was in like a men's health podcast.
None of these people are why you're successful. Okay, I'm gonna.
How are you gonna tell me how?
Because I know why you were successful. Because I can see it. You were successful because you started working on your craft when you were fucking 14 years old. Maybe probably earlier. I bet it was before you were 14. Probably 12 or 13, right? That's why you're successful doing. No.
Everybody did.
No.
Everybody has a YouTube channel.
No.
The reason I continued was listening to people that inspired me. You cannot continue making art if you are not inspired by somebody. Everybody started a Call of Duty channel at 14. What made me continue? What made me? Where did I learn things? Where did I hear other people's life experience? Where did I hear people's life stories? Online? YouTube changed my life. A lot of these people I would have never heard about, and that information is stuff I still think about today. I got Dave Chappelle up here. I watch all of his interviews. Stuff like that has still resonated with me to this day, and I was watching it on a Friday night.
If everybody has a YouTube chat, why doesn't everybody become a big YouTuber?
Because they listen to people like you and they fall in line before deciding that they can go do it themselves. And if they want to go clean carpets or to play the saxophone, fuck it. But everybody in my chat wants to play the saxophone.
If you were to take the median income of a group of 100 people that go to college and get degrees versus a group of 100 people that try to make it online, on average, which group do you think is making more money?
Probably the college people.
All right, well, at least you have a realistic look at things.
And do you want to know why that is?
Yeah, because most of the people that try to make it online end up failing out, and then they end up working at McDonald's or 7-Eleven for the rest of their lives.
Because everything in society is programmed so that you're a failure and that you fall in line, like you're doing. They want you to be sheep. They want you to be programmed. They need you to follow so that they can take all the money, take all the resources, and do whatever the fuck they want. So most people will give up. Everything. College, giving your money away. No rich people that I talk to, I don't know about you, all the entrepreneurs that I know say college is a scam.
Yeah, because the entrepreneurs you know don't know how to make money. They don't know how to make businesses. They got lucky with some online scam shit. The online world has poisoned your guys' fucking brains. You guys are looking at these fucking retards that got lucky on shit coins and then scam people with rug pull after rug pull, and you think these are the guys that are building businesses. These guys don't do any real. I hate to be the online guy that says this, but these guys don't work with anything. They don't have brick and mortar stores. They don't have fucking customers. They don't have fucking employees. These are guys that only exist. Like if the internet were to be deleted, these people would be wiped from existence. They have nothing. Like I'm even hesitant to call myself a businessman, but at least I have employees and like actual infrastructure that I can fucking point to. But dude, you're gonna look at these these guys who got lucky on a crypto coin and then scam the fuck out of all their followers over and over again and then sell NFTs? And you're gonna tell me these people can tell you how to be an entrepreneur? Bro, you have to go to the real world and look at how people are actually learning shit. Like if you get off of the online world, off of the NFT shitscape, and you ask real life people, bro, what do you think we can do to like increase our fucking earning potential, like become better people? At the very least, let's say fucking get an MBA or go to do some shit and get like your 4-year degree in college. Like every single successful entrepreneur will tell you that. Absolutely. Maybe not in the online crypto world, but for real life business people, of course they'll tell you that.
Okay, I'm going to Romania tomorrow to go meet with the Tates. Do you think that those are an example of like crypto nerds who just got lucky gambling?
Didn't they get lucky because they fucking like had like a million fucking girls that they were taking OnlyFans money from, working in the basement of like
That's
a fucking
lucky?
It's not lucky. It was a good business model.
You just said it was lucky.
It was a good business model, but that's not no. Did I say that was lucky? I just asked you how they made their money.
Okay.
But hold on, they didn't make their money doing fucking online shit. They had like real people working for them. They were doing online work, but it wasn't just selling like and buying and selling fucking cryptocurrency. They at least had like girls that they were getting to like do.
No, they didn't just make money from crypto scams, right?
No, the Andrew Tate. I don't think the Tate brothers made their money off of like crypto shit. I don't think so.
They say the same thing. College is a scam. I'm going to meet them tomorrow. They'll tell you the same thing. All these people who have hustles, who have different businesses, who have their money in different places, all of them told me that college is a scam, and that's something I've always known.
Okay, well, I mean, like, bro, if you talk to like 10 people in that particular world, you must have a really good impression of it all. So I mean, like,
who do you look up to? Like your favorite saxophone players? All of them like didn't go to school. My favorite, the people I look up to, like Kanye West, dropped out of school, famously college dropout. Steve Jobs famously dropped out. Elon Musk dropped out.
Yeah, because you see the people.
All the richest people fucking dropped out. Zuck.
You see, but listen to that. How did Kanye West make it, right? This dude was making fucking 5 beats a day for 3 summers, right? Like this dude was doing a fucking ton of work. Like people like Elon Musk, this guy comes from a really well-educated background. I don't know if he dropped out of school. No, I'm not.
He did drop out. He did drop out. So yes,
the difference is that it's the classic mistake. People look at like Bill Gates and they go, that motherfucker dropped out of college, so I'm gonna drop out of college. Bro, you wanna drop out of college because you're failing algebra. He dropped out of college because college was too busy for the fucking computer company that he was trying to build. It's not the same shit. Like, there are people that drop school because they've got so much else going on in their life and they've got a future in building that. And for those people, yeah, college is a waste of time. If they're like, people will email me or people ask me like, bro, like, I just joined the LCS, or like, I'm like a professional streamer. I've got like 700 viewers. Should I go to college, or should I like follow this esports shit, or should I follow this like streaming shit? I'll say, follow the streaming shit, bro. You have a once in a lifetime opportunity to do that. But if you're going to message me and you're like Diamond in fucking Valorant, or if you're like got like 50 viewers, or no, 50 is good. If you got like 10 viewers on stream, you're like, should I quit the rest of my life to try to do this? Probably not, bro. Like, the NBA is not for everybody. The NFL is not for everybody. Like not everybody can be a fucking superstar. That you're selling snake oil.
So fall in line. Give up on your dreams. Put down the saxophone.
No, you should fall into the other line. You get infinitely scammed by people selling courses online to try to make money off you when you fail over and over and over and over again.
I'm asking your worldview and what you're telling your viewers to do. Should you just follow in line?
What I'm saying is that there is stuff that you can do to measurably improve yourself as a person, and college is one of those things. If you go to college and you get your 4-year degree, like, that's something that nobody can ever take for you. If you spend 5 years trying to learn how to do drop shopping and you fail every time, you've wasted half a decade of your life and you have nothing to show for it. You're a loser. You've literally accomplished nothing, and you've learned nothing. You've learned an esoteric skill set that's going to be outdated in 2 years.
So go to school.
That would be the best advice for most people. If you have to ask, yeah, you should go to school.
All right. And even you're a successful entrepreneur that dropped out. I'm a successful entrepreneur that dropped out. Pretty much all of them. Like, I can't even name you an entrepreneur that graduated school.
Because you don't. Because the only entrepreneurs you know are the ones in the fucking online crypto world. I mean, go.
That's not true.
Okay.
That's not true. Like, everybody who talks about this stuff, like, it's pretty much, Chad, type of one. Like, don't you always hear that success story over and over again? I dropped out, and then I made $1 million.
Hold on, these fucking nerds want to do dumb shit. How many, but you don't hear about, here's the problem, you always talk about the stories you hear about. You don't hear about how many people tried and failed on the online world. And you don't hear about, like, the normies that, like, tried and succeeded and like, got a college degree. You don't hear about those people either, right? Like, the fact that you're hearing about people that dropped out and made it should be a hint that it's an exceptional story that you're hearing. Like, that's why you're hearing about it. It's why you always name the same 5 or 10 people.
Exceptional, and people in your chat type too. They want to give up and they want to go clean carpets.
Did Zuckerberg, does he have a college degree?
No, he dropped out.
Okay, hold on. To be clear, okay, Zuckerberg dropped out of Harvard. Okay? So Zuckerberg was not a failure in school. I'm pretty sure Bill Gates is the same. Bill Gates dropped out of Harvard. So these guys are like very good students. They didn't drop out of fucking ASU, okay? Arizona State University, okay?
Zuckerberg was in Harvard and he had an actual proof of concept before he started Facebook, before he dropped out, so not a good example.
Also, Musk was working at a PhD. Jesus. Yeah,
well,
okay,
I also want to say, when you mentioned Steve Jobs, you're also forgetting the amount of like graduates that worked in developing Apple OS within like the actual Mac OS systems and all the various products they made. Like Steve Jobs wasn't the only one that made the iPhone. It was a bunch of talented engineers from like various institutes that made that product come to a reality. Like one dropout wasn't the only one that made it, you know?
If you want to drag anybody here, you can add them too, because these guys wanted to open it, so I'm telling Sneako. So
I think when you say like followers and leaders, like the thing about followers and leaders is like it ultimately becomes like a symbiotic relationship, you know, between like two people. Like obviously, like Destiny said, not everybody can lead, because when you look at a fire going on, there's one person that jumps in and like 9 of them just stay back. That's not really a detriment to them. It's just like there's going to be people that like know how to lead, and there's people that are really, really good followers, right? Like if you're gonna run any business, the problem with online businesses and crypto shit is that people made one good fucking investment and now they think they know everything about running a fucking business and like all of that bullshit. A real business isn't all online based. A real business is you develop something, you expand it, you make sure you get a lot of revenue, you bring a lot of people on board with it.
Really assuming that I'm a big crypto guy. I've never even been like, I haven't even made much money from crypto. I'm not that person.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, what is your example of like a good leave the matrix like business? Like, what is like one thing that would just fucking, you know, how would you like sell somebody to leave the matrix? Like, I'm not a big person of college either. I'm also a dropout.
My editor Musa is a perfect example of that. He makes $1,000 an hour doing consultation calls. The dude like failed high school, and he'll do one that not only just from editing for me, but he'll do 1,000 an hour consultation calls because he studied the TikTok algorithm, the YouTube algorithm, and all these like older companies that want to get into the content creation space. They want to learn from him.
Hold on, so wait, which guy?
Musa, my editor. They talked about him in that video about the creativity kit.
I don't know if I'm believing. $1,000 an hour consultation calls.
$1,000 an hour. Kid's 19.
That's a bit insane. That's been insane. I mean,
yeah, okay. But just now he had I think it was a music label. Now that they ran up an account to 100K on TikTok, and they're very glad that they learned from him. So he learned a way to hustle out of that. Even though he failed high school, he failed the traditional path, which Destiny wants you to do. And we're trying to spread that.
Wait, he's making $1,000 an hour consulting, and then he's still working for you?
Yeah.
You must pay a fuck ton, bro.
Hey, why you
I'm just saying.
I thought you had a Lamborghini and shit.
No, I'm just saying, if I made $1,000 an hour doing my own thing, why would I work for somebody else? That's the question you should be asking.
He fucked with the message that I'm spreading. He agrees with me. He watched my videos before I started streaming. He likes.
Yeah, but I mean, wouldn't that be a debt? How much do you pay him? Is it enough to make up for the shortfall of time that he's missing out? Like here, let me give you an example. Let's say that I work 5 hours a day, I make $5,000 a day, right? But let's say, oh, I love Destiny so much. Let me just make like fucking less working for him 2 hours a day because I fuck with his message. That's not really intelligent, now is it? I'm actually killing my income. You understand what I'm saying?
Tell him to quit his job. Like if he likes doing it, what do you want me to say? He doesn't get these calls.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't like logically no, but like what I'm saying is like logically it doesn't make any sense when you say it like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like there's 24 hours in a day. You're trying to optimize your earning.
Yeah, he doesn't get these calls like all back to back to back. He gets like 10 calls a month. Okay. That's a perfect example. It's an extra 10K a month he makes doing consultation calls.
Okay, so instead of saying like it's per hour, just say it's like $10,000 a fucking month.
Well, that's what.
Which is not bad. It's just like
it's $1,000 for 1 hour on the call. How is that confusing?
Yeah, but see how it's like a little. See how it like comes across a little bit like disingenuous. Like we're sitting over here and you're kind of like saying, oh, it's $1,000 an hour, right? So now we're sitting over here wondering, oh shit, like Destiny, do you agree with me? No, but like Destiny, do you agree with me that like when he says $1,000 an hour, we're kind of sitting here wondering, oh shit, he must do this like every weekday. He might be
I knew what he meant. No, I knew what he meant. I just wanted to clarify because I'll say shit like that. Like I can get paid like 5,000 to 20,000 technically per like activation on like a video game thing, but I'm not making like 5,000 an hour every single time I'm streaming. But I'll tell a girl that I'm streaming. Yeah, you know, I make $5,000 an hour. Blah, blah,
it's a little
but,
different, but I mean, it's
yeah. But no, I know what you mean. Yeah.
I mean that the guy's learning. It's good. It's like 10K a month. That's solid. I mean it's he's working for you.
That's a side hustle. His main thing is he takes 25% of the creativity kit, and that's the main source of his income. That's been running up. It's doing well.
Well, do you agree that the jobs that we have, like, okay, because I don't consider YouTube to be the job, but like, let's say you're a social media influencer, right? That's a pretty rare job to have, right? Like Destiny mentioned earlier, there's like 10 million like streamers on Twitch. Very few of them have like an actual like earning potentials, right? And even a few of them have like the multi-millionaire levels.
There you go. Like my editor's a perfect example of somebody who doesn't have to be on camera, who doesn't have to be this entertaining online personality, and still can run up a bag doing it from the side. Now he takes editing jobs and he just outsources it to other people because he built up a reputation being my editor. So people hire him to be his editor, and now because he knows the algorithm, he just gives it to other kids. They do all the work. He takes the money. He takes like 80%, and it's just he's running up a bag as a 19-year-old who failed high school, who didn't want to take the traditional path, who didn't want to be a bot, who wanted to make his own money, and it's working. 19 years old. He's not like, it's not, oh, 1 in a million, this is hard. There's a lot of ways to make money online. That's what you learn in the creativity kit.
I mean, I guess, but I'm just saying, like, the safer example is always still, like, getting a good STEM degree.
That's my point. Yeah. That's my point. A lot people who watch my stream are tired of taking the safe route. They're tired of...
They haven't even tried the safe route. They haven't even tried the safe route.
Oh, yeah, everybody in
here... There's a reason why... Dude, nobody working for Facebook, Apple, Amazon, none of these guys are like, man, I'm going to quit my fucking dev job and go try to, like, do fucking Amazon shit, or I'm going to go try to, like, sell shit online. Like, nobody's doing that. There's a reason why none of those guys are doing that. Like...
What about people that go to a university? Well, what about people that go to a good university, Sneako, and they like develop a good education, and they also build connections through there? It kind of sounds like this person came to you to like another form of like education, kind of like a college, if you will, and like fucking developed a connection. And worked
see how dumb that is. Like Destiny earlier has been saying that my shit's a scam when it's $50 a month. He went to saxophone.
Whoa, I didn't say your shit. Hold on, whoa. I did not say your shit was a scam. I didn't say it was a scam. Chill. Don't put words in my mouth.
All right.
I didn't say it was a scam.
He didn't say it was a scam. But he's talking down in the creativity kit, saying that it's like not a scam. I don't want to like trigger you, but you're saying to network and go to school, which is essentially what college is for, networking. $50,000 a year to network. Why not?
Well, it's also to learn too, right? Like you're going 4 years to learn a STEM degree.
No, we also agreed that all the information in college is available online now. You could just download the books. You don't need to go listen to this old guy talking in front of a classroom and go to Zoom classes. Just go watch a YouTube video. All the information is online.
Yeah, but but the thing is, hold
on. The benefit of school is the networking. That's what Destiny said. Like, oh, I could play saxophone across the world, meet successful other jazz players, and I can network and learn a band. Or you can find an online community full of similar like-minded people and work with them. My shit's $50 a month. School's $50K a year. Fuck that. Why?
So wait a minute.
The idea that this shit is a scam is so stupid. But they don't. Then like people like Destiny be like, go to school.
Could people just download your information and like cut you out of the equation and succeed then? Or do they need you?
I do 3 calls a week. This is why networking is the most important part.
So the old guy you go to learn at university, okay, and I'll give you a great example. Like when you're in like computer sciences or computer engineering, the old guy is not just some old guy. The old guy has like decades of experience. They understand the frameworks, the theory. They're the ones that are going to be they're the ones that are going to teach you how to apply it in a practical sense going forward into like a big company. So roughly you and that old guy that's teaching people in the Zoom class or in real life, they're one and the same. Like, if you're going to talk shit on the old guy, you have to cut yourself out of the equation. People can just download your shit and go on with it, right?
Sure. Yeah. They can like they can download the book. How much does school cost? What's the average cost of a college tuition?
What do you think? Is it like $20K a year or what?
It's different in America to Canada.
For an in-state school?
How much is the creativity kit?
I don't know, but nobody's getting a job because they said they have the creativity
$50
kit.
a month. No, I just told you somebody just got a job.
Okay, I'm sorry. A measurable amount of people aren't getting jobs because they have the creativity kit. Maybe 1 or 2 people did. My bad.
Have you got some?
I haven't pulled everybody in the creativity.
I've given a lot of people opportunities. People have run up 100K TikTok accounts clipping on my stuff, and they show it to a label. They show it to a company. Look what I can do, and they get jobs. Or people like Musa can now do $1,000 for 1 hour of a call because he's shown that he knows the algorithm. Doing clips, clipping my shit up. There you go. Giving people jobs. But then well, this is just... You guys so adamantly want to defend the Matrix and defend paying fucking 100K a year for this.
Okay, but you know you can't.
College gets more inflated every time you bring up the cause.
Like, I don't understand this. Hold on. Just a side tangent. What is the Matrix? You know you can never actually leave the Matrix, right? We're all part of the Matrix.
Yeah, but you can limit how much you're actually in it.
Okay, but you're still underneath the Matrix. So you said earlier, like, nobody has a boss they respond to. Dude, everyone's got a boss. I got a boss, Destiny's got a boss, you got a boss.
All right.
No matter what, we're all
would you rather get a boss? I was just at the Apple store today, and this lady was just yelling at the Apple store employees, and they all hated it. They called her a bitch as soon as she walked away. Whose boss? Like, I don't have to see my boss. I don't need to look at her. I can make jokes about her. I can tell her to like, and that's it. That's
okay,
it.
so when it comes to the Matrix, right? Like, I think the point is when you go to college or you go to university and you go to like structured education, you're picking a safe spot, right? You're picking a safe way to have a safer life. But the thing is about like breaking the Matrix, you can't break the Matrix. You can only like succeed well within it, right? And not everyone has the means to do that, right? You can watch a million videos on YouTube about how to run a business, right? Perfect example. I went to this fucking Airbnb in Los Angeles. I opened up this fucking YouTube page, and you know what the YouTube like first results were? How to fucking make money, how to make money fast, how to make money quick. Like the guy bought one property, rents it out, calls it a day. You want to make fucking actual money, you need to have capital to do it, all right? Which not many people have. You can't even go to get a business loan these days because credit can be so far down and shit. Not everyone has those opportunities. So they go to university, they go to college to at least get something stable going. Because like Destiny said, time is finite, okay? If you spend your early 20s trying to chase the bag and trying to make the millions of dollars, you'll find out very quickly it's not easy to do that. But if you have 5 years of shit to show for it, like a college education and at least some career, then you can probably do something, you know, safer in your 30s and your 40s down the road, you know? Like, it's called being stable and secure. And some people are cool with that. Most people, I would say, are fine with stable and secure shit.
Yeah, I think
And
too many
very
people.
few
My
people,
idea
yeah.
is that too many people are okay with just a life that's fine. That's just fine. We're sick of that, so they want to go and become better. I think Myron is a good example of somebody who has the main type of capital and then invested into real estate so that he doesn't have to ever work again. You get a source of income with the skill online and then reinvest it into other places. It doesn't have to be crypto, like which makes Destiny so mad. There's so many ways to become independent, and I think more people should know that. Instead of taking the safe route. You guys are saying take the safe, easy route that they've laid out in front of you that is meant to keep you a wage slave for the rest of your life. And we can agree to disagree. If you want your chat to do that, then fine. I hated doing that. I hated school. I dropped out like Destiny.
I feel like a lot of these courses and a lot of these things would make more sense if they taught people that it wasn't just the internet that you're making money out of, but like actual practical ways somebody could jump into, you know? Like, what is so practical about making money on the internet? Like, how are you gonna, like, you have to have like a high, what should I say? Like, what is the rate of like people that succeed? Destiny, I'm sure you have like the definition for it, but like the people that like succeed, you have to have like a good throughput rate, I guess, is what the best thing is, right? Like, how many people in your course succeed out of like 100 versus college, right? People are gonna pick, you know, which one is a safe option. College and university aren't easy either. If you're going for a STEM degree, if you're going for anything that's licensed, for instance, that's a fucking big ass commitment. People go to law school and they spend like fucking how many years getting to that position, and then they fucking succeed at the end, hopefully, right? At least like that's the general perception of it. Same with doctors, same with like engineers or anybody in that position. You know, it's like, how many people in your situation succeed? How many Musas are there versus Musas that go to like MIT or like University of Toronto or like a big, you know,
Circles like this. Most people will fail because they will give up and they will go back to the safe route as soon as it becomes difficult. A lot of people don't have the opportunity to really fully dive into that. It's difficult. I mean, I was able to do it because I've been focusing on it since I was 14. I saw from the beginning, from a young age, that I did not want to be a wage slave. I did not want to be part of a cognitive system, and so I worked hard. But that's what separates the people, the winners from the losers, is just working hard. Most people are not able to do it. Destiny's encouraging complacency, and I'm encouraging ambition.
You gotta stop saying complacent. Hold on. Wait. I just want to be clear. Also, you gotta. The words that you're using are so mind rotted. You're like such a bot when you say that. That like a guy can follow a set path in life and be really successful. You can have a good diet, get good sleep, have a lot of friends, work out, have a good body, go to college, get a good degree, have a good paying job with good benefits, go on vacation, and you're like, you're so complacent. There's nothing complacent about that. That's a successful person by literally every single metric. Like, I would argue that a lot of the people that chase the online shit are more complacent than the people that have like the dedication to follow through with school and get a real job, rather than the people that are working their side hustle, which is really a job at Burger King or Wendy's, and then they're online trying to get rich, like trading coins. Like, that's complacency. You're too scared to actually take steps and do the real work in the real world to actually improve yourself and put yourself in a position to get a good job, and instead you're hoping to get rich quick online.
How is that complacent? Like, why do you need to go be involved in your idea of the real world? Your idea of maturity and being adult is just being a part of the system that's...
It's actually doing... Well, you say like being a part of... Like a doctor is a part of the system. A lawyer is a part of the system. An engineer is a part of the system. Like these are important people that do important things that make it possible for you and me to do our jobs. But I'm only able to do what I'm able to do because enough people went to school to work on fucking Amazon servers, right? Amazon only exists because college-educated Jeff Bezos started the company and had people that were willing to ship products, like people that were willing to drive UPS trucks, people that were willing to do customer support. Like these are all real-life people that you call them cogs.
What's the most coveted job? What's the most coveted job in America for kids?
YouTuber?
Yep.
Yeah, and 20 years ago it was an NBA player. Like, what's the point?
What did you want to do before you went to school? You wanted to be a saxophone player. People don't want to be UPS drivers. People don't want to be garbage men. People don't want to do that. People don't want to be carpet cleaners. You do that because you have no other option because you take the safe route. So you're saying it's brain rotted. That's complacency. You gave up. People's dreams is to be a YouTuber, is to be independent.
Okay, bro, how many people can be Hollywood actors? How many people can be an actor?
All of them.
Not many. Well, but so that's why I'm saying complacency. And Destiny can't argue that point. Are you or are you not encouraging complacency?
It's not. It's only complacency to you because to you anything less than being a superstar is a failure because you don't know what life looks like to a normal person. You have no perspective whatsoever. Like for you, the only thing that it means to succeed is to have 1 million YouTube followers and everybody else sucks compared to you. Like that's your view on life.
No, it's being independent and not answering to nobody.
Bro, neither of us are independent. Dude, you're literally sucking off fucking Islam over here because you're worried about getting canceled by a bunch of Muslims online. None of us are fucking independent. Like all of us are slaves to some shit. We're all part of the Matrix, bro. If you want to talk to me about some independent shit, I want you to go out back and show me a picture of the fucking vegetable garden that you've got growing that you're cultivating on your own so you can survive on your own when the apocalypse happens. Otherwise, we're all fucking plugged into the system.
There's levels to how much you can be plugged into the system, and you're encouraging a bigger level than me. If my level is not wanting to get killed by a guy named Ahmed, then fine.
Sure, I'll say this. When I worked at my fucking casino job, I sure as fuck never worried about what the fuck I tweeted or what I said in a video game. Bro, I could tell you some wild shit, man. If my logs ever got leaked, dude, my entire fucking family would get assassinated for the crazy shit that I said online in battle.net. This was before nobody got banned for slurs or anything back then. Bro, you could fucking type people's phone numbers in chat, tell them you're gonna come fucking murder their dogs, and nobody gave a fuck back then on the internet. Like, it was a wild world. I didn't give a fuck back then because I didn't care. I gotta worry way more about the shit that I say and the shit that I type. So in some ways, I have a lot of freedom. I'm not gonna go back to that life, obviously, but in other ways, I'm way more locked down. I gotta worry about other shit that normal people don't have to worry about. Like, we're all part of the system in one way or another.
Yeah,
yes, I'm telling you how much you're plugged into it and how much you're not. Me having this creativity kit and me having most of my money come from Patreon or come from super chats is being out of it. Or eventually, like, if I do get banned, going to a platform that I start or that's independent is me out of that and me not having to answer to anybody. Like, yes, we do answer to some people, but there's levels. Having like an angry Karen that you answer to every day is way worse than doing what we do. And trying to compare the two.
But like, aren't you like tied down into YouTube and Patreon in some way? Like, if those things went away, what would you do tomorrow?
Well, that's why I'm saying that you need to have capital, and then you need to invest in other places that you can be fully independent. And then eventually I'm just going to be on YouTube for fun, and I don't need to worry about, you know, words that are like what I can say about the election or what I could say about the injection.
I think there's pros and cons to everything, and it's hard to see it all, I think, in my opinion. But
I think you're dodging the fact that you are.
I'm not. Stop saying, bro. Stop saying I'm dodgy because you're too dumb to understand what the fuck I'm saying. It is actually you're actually triggering the fuck out of me. You got me. You triggered the fuck out of me. You did do it, okay? It's not about dodging. It's about being an adult and taking responsibility and growing past the age of 24 and realizing not everybody can be a millionaire on doing some online shit. That's a fantasy that a kid has. That's when you're 14 and everybody's saying, what do you want to do when you grow up? And you say, I want to play in the NFL. At some point you grow up and you're like, okay, I need to actually be an adult and I need to figure out like, wow, I'm going to navigate life. It's not about giving up. It's about accepting the responsibilities of being an adult and saying like, okay, well, I need to find an acceptable path forward that I can carve that makes place for me, my hobbies, and what I want to do, and also provides a living, and probably provides some service to a society that isn't scamming people online, selling them cheap Chinese fucking silverware in order to make money.
Crypto, bro. You keep putting words in my mouth. The reason that you're dumb is that you think maturity and adulthood is giving up on your dreams.
Okay.
Oh, that's your idea of adulthood. True. Every time you talk to me about maturity and about being adult, and every time you call someone else childish, is it because they're not being a slave. someone who's not being a slave, and it triggers you. The fact that I get you so upset and you bring me in your stream because I'm a young man full of ambition and people are getting
bro. So hold on. If somebody who gets a
you want people to go give up.
You're not talking about ambition. The problem is you're not.
The idea of maturity is just giving up on your dreams.
No, you're not talking about ambition. You're the 2020s version of Amway. It's not. That's not ambition. It's get rich quick schemes. That's what you're talking about. Ambition is the kid that's 16 that already knows like 3 different programming languages. Ambition is the guy that's like 17 or 18 that can already build a whole fucking engine in a car. Ambition is a guy that's at 19 or 20 is already like the VP of his dad's fucking company. This is what ambition looks like. Being 24, working at Burger King, and then going on and checking your Robinhood app to see if you got rich on some penny stock you got recommended by Andrew Tate. That's not ambition. That's not ambition.
I'm not a crypto guy, bro. Why are you acting like I'm the crypto dude? That's such a dumb
Robinhood could just be stocks as well. That's not.
Yeah.
You keep talking about me like I'm advocating for the big crypto guy. When you asked me an example of an entrepreneur who makes money, I talked about my editor who makes money off consultation calls because he studied the algorithm and because he's networked with the right people and he provided value by learning how to edit. He found a skill, reinvest in other places, and then you keep talking about crypto. Bro, that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. The creativity kit is about learning a skill, becoming valuable, and then investing in other places, not working at Burger King.
I agree, but what you're talking about, that guy, that editor guy, he didn't learn how to edit because he took an online course on it. He learned how to edit because he did it. He worked that job.
You know how I learned how to edit? YouTube tutorials.
Yeah, when did you start? When you were fucking 13. That's the point.
So you learned how to edit on YouTube tutorials. Do you consider yourself an actual editor that could work in a professional location?
I know that if I ever get canceled or if I
how many programs
I can work for anybody.
No, I know about post production.
I know how to use Avid. I know how to use Final Cut Pro. I know
Avid Media Composer. Do you know how to work with DaVinci? Do you know the entire
DaVinci,
Avid?
Dude, 100%. Sneako, I know he could get a job. He could get a job editing for sure. 100%.
He could get a job editing, but it's like the entire.
Yeah, you're saying that I learned. I was shit at editing for 7 years. I learned how to edit in a month. From YouTube tutorials in college. I wasn't good
You
at
didn't
editing.
learn how to hold on, stop. You didn't learn how to learn how to edit from a fucking YouTube tutorial. You learned how to edit because you edited. That's the only way that you learn skills like that. You had to work at it. Yeah, this is why I'm saying people that know how to do things don't know how the fuck to teach them. The fact that you would even say that, you learned some shit in a month, you didn't learn how to in a month. You probably began learning in a month on YouTube, but you learned it over the course of your entire life. That's a life. That's your whole teenage years spent actually editing videos on YouTube. That's how you got the skill, my dude. Nobody's gonna learn in a month how to do it.
Watching YouTube tutorials and then grinding every single day.
Yes.
Working on my own.
But see, that's the thing. Grinding every single day.
You're acting like I don't like this. Hold on. I don't like this point that you keep making that I have an advantage because I was doing it since I was a kid when I wasn't good at it and I hated it for most of the time. And then I decided I need to find a skill that makes me different from other people. If I cannot invest all this money into different places like Mr. Beast and buy all these Orbeez and buy trucks and Lego cars, then I need to become the best at editing. So I grinded at it for a month while I was in school. I learned more in that time, focusing up, watching a YouTube tutorial, copying what he said in the program. How much of that time was watching the YouTube tutorial?
How much of the time was watching the YouTube tutorial versus actually sitting in front with Premiere on and working on a project or two? It's like learning programming, right? Like you could.
That's the point. So yeah, that's what I'm telling people to do. Like part of the creativity kit is teaching mindset that you need to work hard and go do it too. So if we agree that you need to go work and do it, why are you telling people to give up? We both agree you need to work hard, and all the information is online.
No one is saying you need to give up. If somebody wants to work at something like that, that's great. But just don't expect to get rich quick doing it. It's going to be a lot of work. You're not going to become a good...
When do I say get rich quick? When do I ever say that? Why are you applying that to me as if that's my fucking ideology? Okay. I've never said that.
Here's a question. If somebody wants to learn to be a YouTube editor, how long would it take them to be good enough to make some decent money doing it?
A month of hard work.
Okay. I would say 6 to 12 minimum. That'd be my guess.
Yeah.
I don't know how you think that.
Why don't you tell people to do that?
I do. If people want to build other skills and shit, that's fine. That's good. But like, college is so unbelievably reliable. You can learn other shit on the side.
Okay. It's unbelievably reliable for saxophone and for film school. Like we're two examples.
Not for sax. Those are two. These are arts. It's way different there. But even for arts, going to school like that, bro. You ask any professional musician, like if you would have had the opportunity to go to Berklee School of Music, would you take it? They would tell you in a fucking heartbeat, bro. Some of these colleges, you are surrounded by the most talented motherfuckers in the world. You can learn so much amazing shit.
You want me to give you another example?
Those guys give you the best connections too.
They don't. My sister, for example, she went to Juilliard. She went to the best acting school in the world. She's like 26 right now, and it's very difficult to get an acting job. She's
what does she do? Theater?
No, she's auditioning for movies. She's done theater too. She works, but she's not like
Okay,
you would think that. Oh, Juilliard. Let me finish my point. Juilliard, the best school in the world. All these connections. Robin Williams, this. All these people that go to Juilliard, she'd be the most famous actress ever. When that's not the case, you know what I think people should do? I think they should make the connections online. I think they should make a short film the way I did, post it on their YouTube channel, and maybe someone will see it, and investors will follow them. My friend Stacey Kane. My friend CZ Kane is now going to get a show on Hulu or HBO Go because he put in the work on YouTube, because he put himself out there. And if you want to be a slave to the system and pay all this money for connections, hold on.
Your sister went to...
Muda, let him finish. Let him finish. Let him finish.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, so your sister went to Juilliard and she's going to, like, you know, acting, right? The thing we said earlier too is, like, just a little bit, like 5 minutes ago, going into acting, how many slots do you think exist to be like a big time actor, you know, superstar, right? Somebody that goes to university for like computer sciences, there's so many more slots in the field available for them, okay? So many places. That's what the stability is about, right? Somebody that goes to school for something that you have like a ton of career slots in, a lot of stability exists there. There's not a lot of stability to go into like shit like, you know, acting or whatever. It's really a lot of luck that goes into it. That's, I think, the ultimate like point, right?
Same shit. Okay, yeah. Thank you for interrupting me to say that simple shit. Same thing for saxophone, same thing for film school, same thing for all of this. There's a very few slots, and it's better to go get that information online and work hard to go get it done. That's my point.
Okay, and my point is, it's like, okay, if you're going to go into those scenarios, right? Like, how many people do you think? How much is the success rate there? Like, if you give that shit to 1,000 fucking people, that information, hey, here's the information, now become an actor. Do you think how many of those 1,000?
We've said this so many times in this art. Like,
how many of those 1,000 people become actors? Successful.
Most people will fail. I'm saying that. I'm saying that to people in my chat who are ambitious. Most people will fail. So you need to understand that. Understand why most people decide to be followers and stay in their safe space and work around that and become better than them. And if you don't, you will fail.
Now, if you told the same 1,000 people, hey, go to this university, get a solid, you know, education, solid connections, then how many of those people will succeed versus 1,000 people you teach to become actors?
Depends
and
on
by
what
succeed,
you,
I mean
depends on what you consider succeeding. And also
they have a good life, they make a good paycheck.
A good life, but they gave up on their dream. They put the saxophone down. And see, I made this decision too when I dropped out. I wasn't making a lot of money for a long time. I was probably making $2,000 a month, but I was way happier making money doing comedy and doing YouTube videos. Like, I think a stand-up comedy dollar is worth 100.
Bro, hold on. I just want to be clear for the things you're saying. If you're making $2,000 a month doing stand-up, you're already part of the top 1% of fucking comedians. You're already like
exactly.
making
and that's
it.
what I'm saying. So my $2,000 a month, I thought was equal to somebody making $20K a month.
For sure. I agree with you. Yeah, that's amazing.
Job. So that's what I'm saying. So yes, you guys are saying, oh, happy life. Okay, you got to like wave in the neighborhood. Oh, honey, I'm home with your wife. Or you cannot give up your dream. And that's what I didn't do. I said from a young age, this is what I want to do. I would be unhappy if I gave up on my dream, which most people do. Like I said, the #1 coveted job in America is being a YouTuber, and then they drain it out of you and make you think the destiny ideology that you need to go clean carpets when you really want to be a YouTuber. That's the point.
Bro, if my kid wanted to be a YouTuber, I'd be like, listen, I would rather you make $20K a month having a stable career than $2K a month doing fuck all with your life.
Okay,
a lot
of people would choose safety, but I'm sick of
and then
that.
they would have
$18,000
a month less. So how are they going to be happier in the long term?
That's true.
What are they going to pay
but
for?
I know the reason that I'm successful is because I know a lot of the people watching my stream, it's a nagging thought that they gave up. People don't want to live with regret. Like, yes, you have a stable life, but you still gave up on what you really wanted to do.
The issue is that like what you're talking about is like this is the most toxic aspect of the American dream that like destroys lives. And it's the idea that people need to be fucking superstars to be happy. It's like the worst takeaway, the most bastardized version of what it means to be successful in the United States. And like it ruins people's lives.
I'm not saying that you'll be unhappy doing that.
You're saying that like, oh, well, if you're not a superstar, you gave up. You're part of the cog. You're part of the system.
You did give up. You did. You gave up on your saxophone dream. You know you did.
All right.
Did you not?
It's not. It's just.
Look at it sitting in the back, man. You still got that little hope, that little dreamer. That little 18-year-old Destiny was like playing the saxophone.
Yeah, because we don't all have parents to carry us through like every part of life. Like we don't have mom and dad to pay our entire way while we're trying to figure our fucking careers out and shit. Like I'm sorry I didn't have that opportunity. That I was on my own since I was fucking 16 trying to figure out how to fucking survive. Like yeah, I didn't have the luxury of like trying to do some fucking art because I was making YouTube videos when I was 13, making thousands of dollars before I even fucking left the house. Like we don't all have those same opportunities. That's like the point that I'm trying to make to people, but it's hard to understand if you don't have that perspective.
I was working retail since 16. Well, at 16, I was like fucking.
Oh, you assume that I was rich on YouTube. Bro,
I'm not assuming that you're rich on YouTube, but like you're going home at 3 o'clock to make fucking YouTube videos and you're practicing for your future career at 14, and I'm staying after school for 3 hours every day doing janitorial work to pay for my fucking high school diploma. Like, not everybody has the same opportunities in life, and then by the time you hit 18, 19, you can't just be like, oh shit, like, well, I just learned all of this shit in 1 fucking month. Like, you didn't learn it in a month. Like, people are preparing for their future careers by the time they're in 6th grade. Like, you just don't realize it yet. You think you can just teach it in like 2 fucking months on like an internet course. The fact that you think that you can be a YouTube editor and be making like decent money by 1 month of education is crazy. Like, you don't see how much work went into you getting to the place that you're at. You just see that like you succeeded and you think everybody can do it like relatively easily. It's not easy. It's a lifetime spent of work.
It's not a get rich quick scheme either, which you keep implying it is. That's not what
You
it is.
1 month is quick. I know that you're young, but you're not that young, bro. 1 month to be a pro YouTube
That's how
editor.
I mastered Adobe Premiere in 1 month.
You
Facts.
Okay,
did it.
I mastered it.
Mastered
you
is
think
a
it's a little
strong word. I
immature
think you
to say
became
that?
very functional to the point where you're very good at using it. But master is a different thing. I will say I do agree with Sneako, and that people who have these dreams should give it a shot and should go for it.
100%. Yeah.
The
It
one thing I will
depends on
also
the
say-
type of person you are. But
I will also say though that oftentimes people who try to go and do these things realize that it's not what they actually want. There's the idea of being a YouTuber, which Sneako can understand, and then there's actually being a YouTuber, which is completely different, right? You guys know this from the back end, all the editing that you have to do, all the managing the channel, all the dealing with the comments, all the researching for the topics. Like, once people realize what kind of labor is involved, a lot of them all of a sudden don't want to do it, which is why a lot of people flame out. They stop doing it very early on, or they switch career paths because they're like, I don't actually enjoy doing this. So having a dream and giving up on it isn't necessarily always a bad thing. Sometimes it's not what you actually want. Do you get what I'm trying to say, Sneako?
Yeah.
Do you agree with me on that? Because I know for me, originally I wanted to be a professional dancer. Moving out to LA, seeing what the industry was like and seeing what the professional dancing was like, I'm like, I actually don't want to do it. I hate doing this. This like professional world is actually trash. So for me, the pivot came from there. You can look at me, Sneako, and say I gave up on my dream. But the reality is, if I had pursued my dream the way that you're saying, like, you know, keep going for it, it's like I would have been miserable.
you hung up
pivoted
your
to something
dancing
else.
shoes, dude. Fuck you.
Was that?
You hung up your dancing shoes. Fuck you.
Bro,
I still go out dancing every week, but for me, it's not for me. So that's the thing. The other
I
thing I
cannot
was
picture
gonna say-
you dancing, bro. I just that was the last thing I expected you
I
to
can
say.
picture him dancing, bro. Come on.
What, me? Oh, I'm fine.
yeah,
bro.
I can
I'm
picture
fine.
you dancing, bro.
Next time I'm in Miami, we'll go to a salsa club.
Ooh.
Bro, he's from Montreal. Those motherfuckers know how to dance up there. Let me tell you.
Yeah. But moving past that, earlier you mentioned Myron and how he did his pivot and then had his whole real estate thing going on that's kind of helped him finance his life. Myron also was like a federal agent for some time, if I didn't fuck that up, and he worked at that office. One good thing that I say about schooling doesn't always come in the form of college. A lot of the greatest saxophone musicians, they got their education through church. They're part of huge choirs for many, many years, and they went on to be the best players in the world. I know for me personally, the military was like a very functional thing. Like when I was coming out of school, if I were to try to pursue my dreams, I'd probably be involved in just doing drugs every single day. Whereas because I went to the military, that kind of schooling and formation helped me develop some skills that are really good for me now in the artistic world. And Myron's pretty similar in that when you said this, Destiny, when you went to Fresh and Fit, right? You noticed how everything was organized, how on top of everything he was. He didn't get that because he was an 18-year-old decided he wanted to pursue his dreams. He got that from professional development in school and work. Do you get what I'm trying to say? By being part of the COG, he learned the skills necessary for him to be good at his independent shit. Am I crazy for saying that?
Yeah, and
I feel like you have to work a few years out of your life to get that structure in. The most successful people are structured. That's what you need in life. And college.
At 30, he finally found what he wanted to do, and he finally like really followed his true calling. And I think it's dangerous for a lot of young men. And I think the reason that I'm doing well right now is because when they hear, like, you guys are all like what 10 years older than me, when they hear people like you who are encouraging having a safe place and having like comfort and complacency, that's why a lot of people end up giving up. But we're all agreeing on the fact that it takes hard work. You need to go seek out the right information. You need to network. And so if they follow you guys, they're going to give up. And I think it's drilled out of us that we should give up too soon when you really can make it out. You can. I'm proof of it.
I don't disagree with you.
Bro, I think...
hold on. I don't disagree with you. So I actually agree with you. What I'm trying to say is that there's a lot of people who go through different journeys to get to that point. They can't just come out of college or come out of high school and then automatically jump into it. Some people don't have the skill set to be successful entrepreneurs. That is things that sometimes you need to develop for some folks in a condensed or like closed environment where you learn skill sets. You might be different in the sense that you are very self-taught. You can learn skills on your own. That's great. There's other people I know who need mentoring and need to learn these skills from other people on a hands-on. There's some folks who need to be disciplined. Like, I know some rowdy niggas who, listen, they need a closed space. They need to be in the military for a few years to get that shit beat out of them, because there's no way that they're going to make it 2-3 years without going to jail. So what I'm trying to say is, I don't disagree with what you're saying. People shouldn't give up on those dreams. I just don't think everyone has to take the same course. For some people, maybe it's 2 years in college. They make some friends, they learn a few skills, and then they go somewhere else. For some people, maybe it's 5 years in college. For some folks, it's 2 years being a federal agent. I don't know what the fuck it is. I guess my only disagreement with you is not in regards to going after your dreams. I don't like the fact that you kind of always pigeonhole it as like being formed is bad or school is bad. Like, why is that something that you're so focused on?
And so, just as a real quick question on that, I would be so curious, and I can honestly see him answering either way, but I'm curious if we could ask Myron, if you could have skipped being a Fed and gone right into like the YouTube shit, do you think that would have been better if you could have started earlier, assuming you don't know what you know now and like it just started, or if he thought that like the prior work experience helped him? I'm curious what he'd say to that. He could go either way. He might say that like it was a waste of time.
Myron's fresh and fit, yeah?
Yeah. Fit, just one of them.
He wouldn't do it. He loved that job and he misses it. He liked the high intensity of it. I don't think he would ever take it back. Right. And I think I would say all rich people, all millionaires would not go change their life path, because you need those experiences to appreciate where you're at. So it's not like you
appreciate. Sorry, go ahead.
Not just appreciate. Well, you're right. Not just appreciate, but also to learn the lessons and take the L's on the way there. Like, all of it is part of a part of where you're at now.
Absolutely. Like, the skills I learned, like, listen, I would never go back to the military, but the limited time that I did spend in there taught me. Look, I didn't have any like mentoring growing up. So me going to the military, it was like a big slap in the face in a lot of ways, and I had to learn how fucked up I was in a lot. And that afterwards helped me develop all the skill sets I need, so that when I went into the arts world, I was ahead of a lot of other people, because artists live chaotic lives with zero discipline. So I got ahead very quickly, learning editing skills, learning music editing skills, learning how to film, doing all this stuff, because I was drilled into me how to be on top of things. So what I'm trying to say is that environment gave me the skills I needed to therefore become a great entrepreneur afterwards. Even the guy who runs, what's the channel called? Value Entertainment. Dude's got like a net worth of like $200 million. You know what I'm talking about?
He just invited me to go on, yeah.
Okay, him. He was also what, Navy SEAL or some shit? He says that all the skills that he learned from that time in the military helped him transition afterwards into being the best entrepreneur he could be. Yeah. So this whole idea of immediately chasing your dreams, sometimes you're not even in the right mindset to even know what that's supposed to look like. Yeah. You get what I'm trying to say?
I just don't understand the point of like giving up. Like, so I feel like if we were 10 years younger and around Sneako's age, we probably could fucking agree with him on this. We're like, yeah, chase your dreams, go after it. But like, yeah, we are older. We have been through a lot. We had like life experience. We've seen like, we've had our structure from other areas built in. I think if I look at Myron being a federal agent, like that structure and that like understanding of the world is what allows him to be a successful YouTuber, right? Like when you mention people in the like social media space, right? I think we all can agree, people who are in here, like there's a level of like structure you have to have. There's a certain grind that you have to be like willing to participate, that allows you to succeed. And it goes beyond just understanding algorithms and all that bullshit. When it comes to like, you know, having a structure and having like stability in your life that you can then use to chase your dreams 10 years down the road, that, I mean, like that's what we're trying to say at the end of the day, right? Like it's not giving up. Sometimes it's like, bro, you know, fucking you take a certain path in your life, all right, and that maybe that'll like give you maybe that'll change your perspective on shit. Maybe that'll change what your dreams actually really fucking are down the road. That's you know, like I always wanted to be a fucking lawyer, but I didn't do that. I ended up being a fucking engineer because I didn't have the fucking money to go to law school and shit. I thought, you know, when I look at my life now, I think, hey, would you think that I gave up, or did I take the situation that I had and made something out of it? You know, and now I'm happy where I'm at. What do you think? I think I'm in the right fucking place.
Yeah, Diesel, what do you say to that?
I want to ask also when Destiny comes back, what do you think is genuinely? What do you think is a better place for young men to go to? Do you think it's better for them to hear my ideology or your three? Or you seem to. I know you might.
What do you think is my ideology? I'm curious. What do you think my prescription is to young men?
I think you align with Destiny for the most part.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Tell me what you think I think about this stuff.
Destiny was saying encouraging people to go to college, and that it's unrealistic for you to chase your dreams, that you shouldn't try to be an online entrepreneur, that you should get a job, a well-paying job, and be part of the system.
That's not my prescription. That's not
Okay.
my prescription. My prescription is pretty much closer to Jordan Peterson's, which is like clean your room or like get your shit together. I think most young men have zero order in their life. Their lives are chaotic. They spend most of the day masturbating, watching anime, or doing whatever. I think men need order and some sense of discipline. That's what I would encourage. Be it where you get that in the military, get that on the job, whatever the fuck you need. You need to get that shit sorted before you even think about changing the world or doing any of this kind of other stuff. I can't take people seriously when they look schizophrenic, but they're trying to. I don't take them seriously. So
You need to be a
shit in
fucking
order.
man first, yeah. You need to
Yeah,
be a
yeah.
fucking
So that would be
adult
my
first
thing. So
before
I
you
don't
go
care if
chase
you
your
want to jump on a
dreams.
fishing boat and spend a year out there getting tuna. I don't care what it is. I think men need to get that discipline aspect in their life. That would be my prescription to young men. Do you disagree with that?
Oh, that's good. Yeah, you need to have something to base that off. I think Destiny would disagree with you.
Listen, Destiny can come back and he can disagree with that. But yeah, I think
do
whenever
you
I
think?
speak to young guys, and they're like, I feel lost. I'm like, I understand that because I was lost. Okay. So I can't even pretend. The reason why I joined the military is because I was lost. And I was like, I don't want to go to school. So I'm very much like you, Sneako, in that I'm a high school dropout. But I'm a high school dropout because school's not for me. I can't focus. The classrooms, the speed, the pacing of it is not for me. So I wasn't going to pay to waste my time.
Would you tell young men to go to school, or would you tell them to try to seek out a way to make money on their own?
Again, it wouldn't be to go make money on their own. What I would tell them to do is assume responsibilities in life. Reason being is responsibilities test your character. And once your character starts to get tested by these responsibilities, then you start to figure out who you are. Once you have a better understanding of who you are, then figure out what your dream is. You get me? Because honestly, at 17, I was a goofy ass individual. If you asked me what my dream was, I probably would have told you something stupid. Okay. And I'm kind of glad I didn't think of that because I didn't know myself well enough to know what my dream should be. So get responsibilities, be a man, and take care of your shit. So at 17,
once you get discipline, yeah, you change as a person too. Your personality changes. I was not the same person I was when I was like 16, 17 years of age. When I was 16 and I started working fucking shit jobs, and I got thrown into adulthood so fucking fast in my life, I was into living on my own. I had to learn how to fucking taxes and all this bullshit worked in my life. I had to figure out everything. I became an adult so fast that I feel like I'm still suffering through the whiplash, right? If I look at my dreams when I was 15, 14 years of age, they are so vastly different than what they were when I was in my 19, when I was in my 20s. I became a different fucking person. And I feel like that's the whole argument. It's not about like, hey, make money online, chase your dreams at the moment. It's about fucking getting your shit together. It's about learning what you are as a person first, becoming a fucking adult, and then you can fucking soul search and figure out what you want to be. Once you become that person, it's like going through fucking puberty, bro. Like you change as a fucking person completely. 1000%.
Yeah.
This is Musa, my editor, good God-fearing Muslim.
All right, man. Shout outs to you. So how much we paying you for this hour? 1,000, 2,000, 3,000?
This one's free, you know what I mean? I gotta give a freebies here and there. So.
Listen, charity to the poor YouTubers. We appreciate you.
That's what it is, man. It has to be done sometimes. But
mashallah. So what's going on, brother? What do you want to bring up?
I was just thinking that obviously I'm 19 years old and I make well over like 5 figures a month now, and I think I'm a good example of someone that, as an example of someone that you can, like, anyone can get rich. Like, it's possible for anyone to do so. I don't think it's impossible, because even the stuff that I know, you don't even have to know a lot. Like, I have friends, right, that earn more than the average UK citizen that are 2 years younger than me, and they started editing. They've only got 2 years editing experience. They learned everything that I taught them. They learned directly from me, and I taught them, and that's it. And any YouTube videos I'd refer them to if you're trying to get into editing. Finzar is a great YouTube channel to go and look at. Yeah, but I literally, one of my friends, and this is 100% true because I've hired him, he works for me now, right? He was editing for 2 months, 3 months, right? And he put his own work in as well. Like, he did his own TikToks. He made a Sneako TikTok page. And after, obviously, I trained him up for a while of editing and algorithm knowledge, he grew a page from 0 to 100,000 followers in 4 days, right? And now he can go and he goes and he does his own consultation calls. He can go and work for any agency he wants. Like, he can go and work for a company. Even my younger brother, he's very lazy. He's very complacent. He's not he's not as driven. But I told him, look, run up a TikTok account. So he listened to me. He ran up an account. One of his videos got 1 million views, and he did it again and again. Then he got a job in the real world making content for like a restaurant, for like a burger shop now. You know what I mean? So there's no reason why people can't just pick up skills that are accessible for everyone. Everyone's got a phone. You can even make videos, TikToks on a phone. You know what I mean? So everyone's got that, and even the capital problem of you need money to make money, that still isn't true. Earlier this year, I ran up a TikTok dropshipping store where the only capital I spent was £50 to £60, and I made £6,000 in 2 weeks with that store, which is live on TikTok. You can still go and look at the TikTok page, My Samurai Umbrella on TikTok. It's on there. I'm in all the videos. The videos got 4 million views on them, on one of them, and stuff like that. So.
Okay, this is dope. So I got questions for you. So where did you learn these skills?
So I learned my editing skills from YouTube, and I also learned my algorithm knowledge from. It was a lot of it was from YouTube and from self-study. So I test stuff out myself.
So you would say you got a curious mind for this stuff. You're like really interested.
Yes.
Absolutely cool, dope. And how many hours do you think you've put into learning this shit?
A disgusting amount.
Okay, all right. So we're getting to the good stuff. Here's something that I've kind of learned doing this long enough, because I always try to figure out how shit works. If people don't have a natural curiosity or real interest for it, it is very difficult for them to put enough time on their own without supervision to actually learn the skills necessary. I don't disagree with you that these things are very much possible. I actually agree. My whole point is not everyone's built for it the same way. Not everyone has that interest and the inclination to be like, I'm going to spend hours learning this and do those stuff. If people do, I encourage them to do it. I just reject the idea that everyone will do it.
I think the strongest argument here is like, just how much of it do you think that your experience is the average experience, or is it the survivorship bias and you're a very like exceptional individual who's succeeded hard in this field? That's the thing that I want to ask.
What I
missed? For Abba, right?
You guys teach Sneako the
Wait,
what the fuck?
I think it was a question for you.
Oh, no, I think I'm an average kid. I failed high school. I didn't even get past it. You know what I mean? Like it's not even like I'm like intelligent. Like majority of people, if you made it past high school, you're smarter than me. You know what I mean? That's how it is. So I don't think it's anything crazy. And even then, I make money doing stuff that I don't even like doing. I don't have any interest in manufacturing and supplying clothing, but I run Sneako's whole merch line. I have no interest in doing that. I have no passion for fashion at all. I've got no interest in it, but I put the hours in because I was willing to do the work for the money, and that's
right. But even that, having that ability to turn off your brain and say, I don't care that I don't like this stuff. I'm still going to do it every day, and I'm going to. Not everyone can. That's why you got people who are engineers.
But that doesn't make it impossible.
I'm not saying it's impossible. I don't think it's impossible.
But this Destiny's saying it's impossible for anyone to get rich.
Did I really say that?
I don't think you said that. Is that your take?
You said not everybody can get rich.
That's a lot different than it's impossible.
From the internet. You said from the internet, right?
Some people can, yeah. Some people, but not most people. Not everyone can.
I'm arguing that everyone can. I think it's possible.
Okay,
it's possible that everyone can do so.
Okay. I mean, it's just not true, but I don't know how either of us.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like, do you believe that your experience is literally the average? Because if that was the case, then why isn't like everybody that makes a YouTube channel so successful? Why doesn't everyone?
It's not that. It's because a lot of people quit, right? Now, because they quit doesn't mean that they can't do it, because they definitely can. But it just means that they specifically, that person
why did
can't.
They quit?
But it doesn't.
Yeah, why did they quit?
Well, it might not have what they initially entailed. Being a YouTuber is a lot more than just uploading videos. You got to be a graphic designer, you got to be a video editor, you got to be charismatic, and then you got to, you know what I mean? Then you got to learn like algorithm stuff.
Well, not everyone can do that though.
Yeah,
everyone has the ability, and everyone has the access to the, at least everyone in the West has access to the knowledge to be able to do that stuff.
Right.
But not everyone has the, and this is where it comes into the individual person.
Right.
Not everyone has it within themselves to go forward with all of that stuff.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I just think a lot of us are built different. So, for example, I know folks who couldn't make it as an infantryman. They don't have the mental life. But these same people go on to be doctors. They can go on to be engineers. They can go on to do different skills. Our brains are not all built the same. Not everyone's capable of doing every kind of job in the world. Not everyone has the interest or the passion for it. You described having an insane curiosity to put an insane amount of hours into something. And that's great. I'm very happy for you. Not everyone has that kind of drive. I know for me...
But everyone has the ability...
I know for me, I can't do school. Could I technically finish 4 years? Sure. But it would be like suicide for me. Okay? Even if you told me at the end of 4 years, I'm going to get a 100% job making $300K a year, all this stuff, it would feel like I can't do it mentally. Do you understand? But I could spend days and days working on an editing software to learn it. All I'm trying to say is people are built differently. The same way you might not be able to go to school and handle all that stuff, but you can do this editing stuff. Not everyone can do what you do as well.
I agree, but what I'm saying is that doesn't mean that not everyone can do it, because everyone can do it. Everyone has the ability to do so, and everyone has access to the resources to do so. It's down to the individual, but that doesn't make it. That doesn't make it correct. It just means
I think
that
the deciding factor is the type of information they hear and what they believe in their mentality. And Destiny, I want to ask you this question: do you think it's better for young men to follow your ideology or mine?
Absolutely mine. It's not even close.
Young men, why?
Yeah.
Because you're selling.
Can you state what your ideology is for young men, and then Sneako's, so we all know what like you guys are fighting on?
College is a scam.
Yeah.
You should not be a slave. You don't want to work a job. That's just brainwashing. You want to be independent. You want to do whatever you want. And you can do it if you offer a skill and you become valuable and you invest your money in the right ways. And it's very possible to do that. It's the easiest time ever to get rich right now. And courses like the one I'm promoting, like the Creativity Kit, are much better than college, which costs $100,000 a year, which Destiny's telling you to go to.
But you should try as hard as you can through school. This is the most reliable, best way you can be successful with your life. If you can identify interests that you have early on or hobbies you have early on, you should work those as hard as you can. If by the time you're 18 years old, you don't see a clear path that you can take where you can be an entrepreneur, computer programmer, or some shit like that, if that path isn't obvious to you at 18, then your best chance for success is probably to go to college, figure out a major that you want to do, and then continue to work down that route.
I disagree. Don't you think it's a good idea for people to take so the space between, at least in the UK, is you finish like high school and then you have the option to go to university, which is college, right? That gap in between, you don't have to take that step to college or university or whatever. Don't you think it would be a better idea for those people that have just finished 18, 19 years old to take some time out and explore other business ventures? That type of idea isn't pushed in itself. They don't push that idea. A lot of people, I tell them like, look, if you're around this age, take a gap year, because if you don't, what are you going to be doing? You're going to be going to university. You're going to be studying for, 4 years, 5 if you want to get a master's and stuff like that. By the time you come out, you're 23, 24 years old. You're on, 30K a year? And then after tax, you're taking home maybe 24? Like, that's not good. And then after that, you then need 5 years experience to start looking at maybe 60K a year. And this is pounds, by the way. £60,000 a year, which is considered a high-end job. But by the time you finish that, you're 29, 28? Like,
you need to be
I
don't know anything about the UK, and I already know what you're saying is not true. You're telling me you have to be 29, 28 years old on college jobs to earn 60,000 quid a year? No shot. I don't believe it.
Well, I can tell you
that just got out of U of T and they're working at like $80,000.
Yeah, there's no way that's true. I don't believe it.
That depends on what university and what degree you have.
No, I can tell you, right. My dad, right, he has a master's degree in it's like software engineering. He has a software engineering job. And he earns around that type of money, and he's got 10 years in the field, stuff like that. Like,
only has 30,000, 50,000 a year.
Yeah, like 60K a year.
And your dad needs to look at jobs a little bit better, because a master's degree should not just be getting him 60K a year.
This is what he's this is what he's earning, and even then, like that's there's people with, like, even if you go about, like, there's people complaining about just coming out of uni with master's degrees. Looking at, like, and these people are like 23, 24 years old, got master's degrees, coming out, no experience, and they're still, even then, looking 30K, 35K a year. That's not better than me. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna be coming out of let's say you got a master's degree, then you got 5 years experience. Even if you're earning 80K a year, I'm outperforming you, and I'm 19. You know what I mean? You've got 10 years on me, and I'm outperforming you. I'm not famous.
It feels like your dad's getting scammed, and that's not an average representation.
It's not a matter of that. It's a matter of, like, there's no way to put this into words. Like, you guys just don't see everybody that fails. Like, those people don't exist to you. Like, you look at 100 people that take a gap year, and then 1 or 2 people make something successful happen out of that, and you don't see the 98 that, like, just get too lazy to ever go back to school, and then they're fucked for the rest of their lives. They don't do anything. Like, all you guys are seeing are the 1 in 1,000, 1 in 100 stories, and then that's it. And you're pretending that everybody can do
I'm
that.
not seeing the 1 in 1,000 stories. I'm on your side.
No. I'm talking to Sneako and Musa. Like, but I mean, like, I understand it. I guess, like, you feel like this is, like, I've always tried to figure out, like, this split in mentality, that there are some people that, like, when they make a thing or they do, like, a particular thing, like, they think that, like, everybody can do this, anybody can do this. It's like, whatever, not realizing, like, the exceptional set of circumstances that led them to be able to accomplish or do what they could do. And then you end up with this mentality that, like, oh, any 19-year-old could make £100,000 a year if they just, like, learn how to edit. but it's just like you don't see like how many thousands of editors, artists, YouTuber wannabe, thousands, millions of them that are online that just don't make it. And it's not a matter of like, oh, well, if they just grind it a little harder, hustle a little harder. It's just they don't have the personality for it. They're not funny enough. They didn't like whatever. Like it's stuff that if they really seriously.
But that doesn't mean that it's impossible.
No
like,
one is talking about it being impossible. Bro, life is about numbers and stats and odds. You have to get rid of this like binary, like impossible or possible. Nobody thinks like that. That's like just not how the real world works.
But you said not everyone can do it. Everyone can do what I do. It's just some people individually might not have the mindset to go through with it.
Right, but
That's
if they don't have the mindset, then they can't do what you do.
And you can adopt that mindset.
You can change that. Yeah, you can adopt a different mindset.
That's why I'm saying it's better for people for young men to follow my ideology than Destiny's, because if you don't think that you can program your brain to get out of that mindset and to be independent, then you're just going to be a bot. You're just going to be a wage slave for the rest of your life.
Especially people like me. I'm 19. Like my like in the next 2 years, 3 years, every single one of my ideas can be completely different. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm changing so quickly, I'm still young and stuff like that. So it's not like, oh, if you're 18, 19 years old, you still don't know what to do, and these are your characteristics, you're cancelling out all of these different opportunities because of how you're thinking at 18 years old. That can't be right.
Yeah, nothing for that, Destiny?
I don't know what I can say to you guys. Like, I mean, like, if you want to get into like a data-driven argument, like I win on the data a million times over. There's a reason why.
What about what we said about the mindset? My overall argument.
You're speaking and you sound like a raving like feminist. Like you're giving me ideas that I can't prove or disprove. I can't say anything. Like you're saying like this sounds so cool and like everybody can be the YouTuber shit. Okay, let's look at the numbers. Does it happen? Nope, you're wrong. Anybody can drop out of high school. Okay, cool. Let's look at the numbers. Like you're giving me no. I gotta finish. I'm gonna keep talking. Okay, you're giving me a feelings over fact argument. I can't argue with your feelings. If you want to have the feeling that everybody can be an editor, that everybody can be successful, everybody can make a YouTube, that's great that you feel that way. But at the end of the day, life is a game of numbers, and you have to look at the probability of like what you can't. You have to stop cutting me off every time I'm giving you an answer for anything. Okay, if you want to go and dig into the data, you can look and see who are the most successful people in life. Even when you talk about entrepreneurs or CEOs, like 90% of these people have college degrees. It's not an accident. But you're looking at the 3 or 4 exceptions, and like every brain-rotted American that believes in this toxic idea of the American dream that's going to throw away every single thing they could possibly achieve in life, that they could possibly achieve in life, and all you're going to do is tell people to go for that like 1 in a million shot. It's just it's super horrible ideology, and I've seen so many people like fall to it.
Can I ask?
Wait. Just let me ask him something. You're calling me the feminist. You said toxic. The idea with the premise of the question was, can you adopt a mindset to get out of the bot programming? Can you adopt a mindset, true or false?
You can do anything. That's not an interesting question.
Okay,
you're making like I'm making feelings argument. I'm saying, can you?
You can do anything. Anybody could fucking be a Navy SEALs player. You could theoretically. Anything's theoretically possible, but it's not. That's
all right, chill out, man. Look, what I'm trying to. I think a better way of presenting Sneako's argument is definitely saying like, you're supposed to go against the odds. The odds aren't in people that fails favor. If you think about it realistically, the people that get the reason they say C grade students become CEOs is because the A grade students will go through the system because they're getting A's, and the C grade students, you got to think about it this way: what are their options? I failed. What are my options now? I can't go through the system and get a good job. I'm not really going to be looking at getting a job anywhere that's going to pay me more than £20,000-30,000 a year. Ever in my life, I'll be lucky if I can get £30,000 a year because I'm never going to be able to get a degree. So we're looking at £20,000 a year job, or I have to take a risk, start a business, and that's my only way of making good money now. So if I want to make more than 6 figures a year, I have 2 options: start a business and take the risk and start hustling, or make £20,000 a year. I don't have the option to go and get a degree because I failed.
How many of those C grade students out of 1,000 become CEOs?
Well, the ones that have the mentality will go and become CEOs. That's it.
Yeah, but how many of them though? Like, what is it? Do you know what it takes to become a CEO?
Well, I have a couple employees of myself,
a
so
chief
I wouldn't say on
of a corporate company with
not on like a high tier whatever. But I have a few employees. I'm running things good right now. But obviously I'm only.
Do you consider yourself a chief executive officer?
I mean,
what's this?
I can I have my own business. I guess I can.
You're going with such an idealistic mentality. It's like, okay, so the C grade kids don't understand the fucking craft too well. They fucking failed out. But hey, maybe if they have the right mentality, they can be the CEOs, and all the fucking A grade students will just run into work for them. That's so fucking idealistic. Like,
no,
we're trying to go for the actual
case, like...
average and stability over here. Okay, like you want to fucking, if you want to ask me what my mentality is like, listen, play smarter, don't play dumb. Okay, you have a set amount of time in your fucking life. life. If you want to chase idealistic shit, go for it, okay?
Okay, so what's
98% of
smarter
that
from a
shit
C grade
fails.
student? What's smarter from a
What's
C grade
smarter
student?
is if you don't know what the fuck you're doing in life, okay? University, schooling, military, a lot of these like structured fields are not bad. If you jump into them, you get some level of structure. Then once you have something to fall back on, chase your fucking dreams, okay? If I didn't have shit to fall back on, do you think I'd be chasing after the businesses I have nowadays?
Of course,
Fuck
I
no.
understand.
It's
And I
because
agree with that.
No. It's because I developed the funds through my actual career to chase the dreams that I have. You think I'd be pissing away fucking money doing anything nowadays? Fuck no. That would be idealistic as shit. I had to grind
agree.
in the system to make a fuck ton of cash, then I could invest that. I would never, ever tell anybody to do what I fucking did if they didn't have the education or the shit to fall back on. That's it. That's all
I
I'm
agree.
gonna say.
No, I would like to say I actually agree with that, but I would say that most people in the West have the privilege of their parents to fall back on. If you don't, then I agree. Get a regular job, stack some bread, so
Most
you do
people
have something to fall
don't,
back
though.
on.
Hold
Most
up,
people
Muda.
don't have their parents.
Most people in the West do,
Let him
bro.
finish. Let him finish. Go ahead, bro.
Most people in the West, they do. They have the privilege. I have the privilege
You're not
to.
lying.
Okay, worst case scenario, I lose all my money and I'm back in my bedroom. My parents are paying the bills and they're feeding me, and that's it. You know what I mean? So that's my worst case scenario. But most kids have this worst case scenario in the West. Let's not act like they don't.
Yeah. I don't entirely disagree with you. I think it's very difficult for a lot of people to develop that kind of drive if they don't really have any kind of structure or struggle to really push them forward.
But that's on them.
Absolutely. I don't disagree. Listen, I can't tell you why
So
a
anyone
lot of
can do
people
it.
are
Then.
built. Was that?
So anyone can do it. Anyone can make money online.
You say that, and I hear what you're saying. It sounds very great esoterically, but for whatever reason, we find very different outcomes for a lot of people. Now, you might say it's because they didn't watch the right podcast or they don't have the right mentality and they can develop it. I'm of the mindset that some people can't develop certain skills. I don't think that everyone can do everything. I just don't believe it. Maybe you guys feel differently, and that's why probably where we're going to diverge on the path. But I would say that based off what you said, which I think is very reasonable, if people do have a fallback plan, take a risk. I don't disagree with that. So I think on that point alone, I'm probably with Sneako and Moose.
Yeah, so I agree. I would
I'm with
only
you guys
take
on
that
that.
risk if
So,
you have
Alba, what do
something
you
to move
think?
back
What
on.
do you think? Do you think it's better for young men to follow Destiny's philosophy or mine and Moose's?
I'm in between the both of you guys where I say I think people should structure. That's my thing. I don't think because I don't think it's a good idea.
Centrism.
Well, I don't think it's a good idea for people to just throw them. Actually, let me rephrase. If you have the innate thing in you where you desperately want to do this stuff and school's not calling out to you, if you want to go and take that risk, that's fine. Go for it. I would prefer that people take on responsibilities, be it like move out of your parents' place, start paying your own rent, get yourself a job, learn what it is to actually be an adult, be a grown
I
up.
disagree. Don't move out. But go on.
That's
sorry.
fine. That's fine.
I mean, I would agree with Musa here. Like, if you have the opportunity to live with your parents for some like indeterminate amount of time and like pursue like some online shit or whatever, then yeah, I mean, if you got the opportunity, go for it.
Bro, you gotta think. My
Save some money.
dad. I tried to move out. My dad wouldn't let me. He says it's stupid of you. He says just stay home. Everything's done for you here. He says we do your cooking, we do your cleaning, we do everything for you. Like we take care of you. You got a place to stay. You got a nice room. You got a nice house. You don't need to move out. Stay here and stack your bread. That's exactly what my dad told me when I tried to move out. And I was like, you know what? This guy's right. Because if I move out now, I have some sort of risk. Now I have to do it. But realistically, I can go to zero tomorrow. Everything's fine. I'm still gonna
How
sleep
did
in
you
that
get to
bed.
that point? How
So
did you make
hold on. I won't because they're coming out further, and then you can go for this. What I was trying to get
Don't
at
you feel like that's getting babied? Sorry.
Me.
Don't you feel like that's kind of getting babied though? If like your dad doesn't let you move out and like live life a little bit, like make some fuck ups.
No, I made my fair share of fuck ups. But obviously that comes with like, it comes with different I still get my freedom. Like once a month, I'll usually go to London for like a week or so, 3 or 4 days, and just go and get out there and do my stuff. Where I can get out of the house, I have my freedom. So.
You see, when you give that, like, that's just such a fucking privileged way of living, man. Like,
Well,
Yeah,
I
I
would.
know.
you-
But
I mean,
most people in the
that's-
West have this way of living.
If you have the opportunity to do that shit, I know that this is where I'm gonna break now. Jesus, if you have the opportunity to live with your parents, you should take advantage of that shit for as long as fucking possible. There are a lot of
Exactly.
people that are 18, 19, it's like I want to move away, I want to move away, I want to move. Bro, working at 16, 17, 18 fucking sucks. If you can stay with your parents, do that shit
I agree
forever.
with you on that.
Yeah, if you can
That's
do
what
that,
I'm
I would
saying,
say I'd say stay with that shit forever. You're gonna be
If
like a
you can
kid.
do it-
You'll be a kid for longer, but fuck it,
Yes.
dude. Being a kid and having the opportunity to explore that shit is base.
Exactly.
Well,
So
I
if
mean,
you can do it, stay at home. And most people in the West have this privilege. Let's not act like they don't. Most people in the West definitely do. And how do they spend it? It's laying on their side, watching Netflix all day, wasting it away whenever they have free time. They'll go and work their little shoe job in the town center, and get paid minimum wage. So
I think that's fine advice for some folks. I think if people want to take on more responsibilities and discover themselves, and one way they can do that is move on their own and take that on. Okay, so
I'm gonna give a I'm gonna
finish my point. My prescription to people in between Sneako and Destiny is just this: if you're a young man and you feel lost in life, go take on responsibilities, be it a job, volunteering, whatever the fuck it is, and start to get to know yourself. I think once you have difficult situations that you have to constantly deal with, you're going to get a better understanding of who you are and what you want out of life. So that's my prescription. Not go to school, not chase your dreams and be a YouTuber, whatever the fuck it is. Mine is go take on some responsibilities and figure out what you want. That's it.
My thing where I disagree like heavily with Destiny is like take advantage of like your fucking, you know, your parents and the living situation. I kind of agree with it. I mean, it's a safer option, but like my dad, good income, everything solid. I could have lived with my parents, but the reality is like fucking as soon as I hit like 16, 17, I think this is where like the mentality of the whole CEO shit changes, right? Like you mentioned C-grade students becoming CEO. Highly disagree. I think what really matters is like how much initiative each individual has, right? Like when I was 16, worked my ass off, never took a dime from my fucking parents, never took a dime from anybody. Everything that I ever had is built from my own like fucking hands, and that's it. Like it's those people. I'm not just fluffing myself. I think you have to have that mentality in order to succeed anywhere in fucking life. Whether you want to be a CEO or chase your fucking dreams, right? Like, it's getting out of your fucking safety net and doing shit with your life that actually brings you to, like, a level of success that you guys look up to or you guys keep preaching, or, like, the idealistic viewpoint, you know? Like, I'm sorry, you have to pay your dues. You have to give your pound of flesh, your kilo of flesh, if you will, in order to fucking survive, man. It is what it is. I don't
Destiny,
know.
you want to respond to that?
Well, I don't think I disagree, right? But like also another thing too is that like the same types of people that have that mentality and have that drive, I hate to say this, but they are the people that can finish college. Like they're the type of people that aren't going to be discouraged. We're like, oh, I can't do college, it's too hard. Like most people that have the drive to do all that business shit have the drive to finish their degree.
yeah, but I will say that when
It's not about finishing college. It's about realizing that it's a waste of time and it's a scam. College doesn't guarantee income.
Stop. What does waste of time or scam mean?
Debt. Because college guarantees debt, but it does not guarantee
The numbers disagree with your feelings. At least when you say that, can you please? I want you to qualify that and go. This is a feeling that I have.
How is that a feeling?
Because you're wrong.
Do you get a job? Do you get a job when you finish college?
Okay.
Because if you look at the data and you look at high school students versus college students, no, I hear what you're saying. You're just telling me your feeling. I don't care about your feelings.
It's not a feeling.
It is a
It's
feeling.
not a feeling.
When you say
Okay.
college is a scam,
No.
that's a feeling you have.
Everyone, cool
slow
down.
down,
Destiny,
look.
what's your point? Just go for it.
his
Go
point
ahead.
is about stats, not agreeing with whatever Sneako is saying. I will say that Destiny, like here in the UK, after you finish university, like I was saying, if you don't have experience and you're getting paid that 30k a year, then after tax you're taking home what 2,400. Like it's 24,000 a year. Like currently in the UK, we have a cost of living crisis where people can't afford their energy bills and stuff like that because the companies keep rising them. So these people that have gone to university, they've gone and got a job, but because they don't have the experience to fit into the next tax bracket, they now can't even afford to have their heaters on this winter and stuff like that. Like they can't afford these things. So they've gone to college. They've been told they're going to get a job. They've been told they're going to get paid nicely. They've been told they're going to do all these things to get this degree and all that stuff. Now they can't even afford to turn on the heater this winter. So it's stuff like,
and the majority of the people trying to be YouTubers don't even have a house to turn the heat on in. Like,
okay, but that's all fun and dandy, but that doesn't steer away from the fact that these people have gone through college, they've gone through university, and they've not been able to live nicely. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is that Sneako's point of saying like college is a scam, there's an essence of truth to it. Not entirely.
Is it a scam
People
because there's not 100% success rate? Because there's not 100% success rate in being a YouTuber either.
It's a way
That's
lower
not-
100%. I agree. But what I'm saying is, it doesn't mean that not everyone can do it, because everyone can do it in both fields.
And overall, I mean, YouTube tutorials are free. The Creativity Kit is $50 a month. It's like 1.6 trillion US college debt. Now they have to give forgiveness now. So,
Yeah, there's an essence of truth to that as well. You know what I mean? Like they're both right, but in my opinion, if you weigh up the two, obviously it's a little bit biased. Like literally can't go to college, university, but at the same time, like I would rather not take on the debt and take that risk and work for myself. Not everyone has it within themselves, and they don't have the mentality for it, and I understand it. But at the same time, like if I still have to take that risk of going to university, finishing with all these degrees and all these things, and then get a job, and then I still can't afford to live, and I have to go through that cost of living crisis. That sucks, man. I'm not gonna lie. I would have felt like I've been lied to.
Okay, so I'm curious. I got 1 million people listening right now. They're ready to do whatever you say.
Mhm.
What would you tell them to do right now in order to start making?
Well, first of all, I would say find a level of foundation, like we was talking about initially. If you have your parents' shit to fall back on, like majority of people do in the West, right? Then start taking risks. I would say personally, start learning how to build websites because e-commerce isn't going anywhere. Secondly, I would say if you have any type of passions, pursue them and find a way to monetize them. Typically, you can do that through TikTok, right? But yeah, that's what I would tell them.
So have passions and monetize them through like social medias.
Yes, I would also say an important factor is building case studies is the new degree. The same way you would go to college and get a degree is building case studies is the equivalent of that for getting jobs online, for making money online. So for me, obviously, I've ran up Sneako's TikTok page. I've done like 110 million views in 28 days on one page, right? That's an insane stat to bring to the table. Any agency is going to want to hire you for that, right? So that's a case study in itself. So because of that fact alone, and even my friend who ran up his TikTok page, his Sneako, went from 0 to 100,000 followers in 4 days, just for having that in his locker alone, people will want to hire him. That's a degree now.
That's
The same way,
degree.
the same way, arguably, yeah. Because the average UK earner, I'm pretty sure, earns £1,700 a month, right? And my friend now, he ran up that page, he earns £2,500 a month from me. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. So he gets paid more than the average. He didn't even finish high school either. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. And I only hired him for the pure reason of his case study.
Right.
Or you can watch Destiny stream all day and go clean carpets.
Or you could watch Sneako stream all day, you know, spend $300 because you're too stupid to learn how to pirate Adobe Premiere or whatever, learn how to edit a few shitty videos, throw them up on TikTok, get 45 views a video, wonder why it's not happening, get one Sneako clip that blows up, get 50,000 views, do nothing, waste 3 years, and then finally either go back to school or get a normal job.
The people who gave up, the people in your chat who want to give up on
These are the people that, by the way, Sneako literally admitted that most of his audience will be losers. Most people aren't going to succeed. So Sneako already said this, most of you.
Once they lose, they're going to go to Destiny stream. The winners are going to stay here. The losers are going to go listen to you cope all day.
Yeah.
Okay, look, Destiny, I'm going to disagree as well when it comes to the fact that YouTube. I know loads of people that, obviously, I understand not everyone has the mentality to do this, but everyone has the ability to do this, right? I know loads of people that started off their channel for the first year of their thing was just experimenting, uploading videos and stuff like that. Then during that process, learning about the algorithm and then blowing up from there. One of my clients I help manage is Raz HD on YouTube. He's a FIFA YouTuber, and I picked him up last year. He had 3,000 subscribers. I've still got the DMs. I told him, look, I know about the algorithm. I need to build a case study. Let me help you with your channel and all this stuff. So we went through this whole process. I went, and in 3 months, we took his channel from 3,000 subscribers to 100,000 subscribers. Now he's got 200,000 subscribers. He gets around 100,000 subscribers a video, and his channel's just blown up. And now he makes like over 10K a month, like every month. So you know what I mean? Like these people, like if you really come at it from a strategical point of view, which anyone can learn, because I learned all my algorithmic knowledge online. I didn't pay for anything. I learned it all from YouTube. Learned it all from, you know what I mean, personal experience, stuff like that. And look what I did for the guy. Now, obviously, I get a percentage. I'm managing him and stuff like that. It's a win-win. So there's a lot that goes into it. I even know people
what's
like...
the name of the guy?
Raz HD. There's even people like McBurkin.
Does
if you know about McBurkin,
what kind of content does this guy do?
He makes FIFA videos, gaming videos, personality, webcam, facecam, plays FIFA. That's it.
I want to say, so I'm incredibly fascinated by how people reach their success and what it takes to kind of get there. And in me listening to you, I can tell that you really care about the intricacies of how these things work. Like when you look at algorithms, when you look at social media platforms, for you, you're not just looking at it as like, oh, people upload shit. You look at it and you think, all right, why did this video blow up? What was it about the thumbnail? What was it about the video? What was it? Like, you have that kind of analytical mind. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. This is something that I've found to be true, and I think is like the biggest differentiating factor between people who are successful and all this stuff, not IQ, not any of this stuff. It's like a general innate curiosity for how the thing functions and how to exploit it as best as possible. So even when I listen to Mr. Beast talk about shit, right, what I hear him talk about all day long is like, how do you game the algorithm? How do we make the best on all this stuff? You have that same. Do you understand that not everyone has that built in them? It's not a mindset you can adopt.
I agree.
Curiosity is not something you can just inherit. That you have to really have it. And I've noticed this too. People are only curious generally about things that they actually are interested in. That's most folks I know. So I know guys who are as autistic as you when it comes to music, or dancing or
I see what you
basketball
mean.
or whatever.
But I have a rebuttal. I would
Go
like to
for
say I have a friend who has a clothing brand now. He has no interest in marketing, has no interest in business or any of these things. He just has he just likes clothes and stuff like that, and he likes anime. He started printing anime designs on clothes, doing his own drawings, printing it on clothes and stuff like that. And then he put it together, and now obviously I told him like, look, I know about the TikTok algorithm. You should start pushing your stuff on TikTok. He doesn't even like TikTok. He doesn't like posting it. He doesn't like doing any of that stuff. He just does it because it's part of his business. And this is what most people have to do. When it comes down to business and making money, the hard work aspect is there's always a point of it where you do shit you don't want to do. You know what I mean? And that comes with most stuff in life. That comes with most jobs. You know what I mean?
Which is why you normally hire people. That's why people hire others. Like,
so what I'm saying is this guy, he doesn't have any type of passion for algorithms or anything like that. But still, he's done all free promo. He hasn't paid for a single ad. He turns over tens of thousands of pounds. He's 18 years old, and he has his own office space and all this stuff now. And you know what I mean? He doesn't have any passion for any of this algorithm stuff. Like, you can still do whatever. Like, you can anyone really can make money online.
Okay, I'm not mad at that.
I think he's Moose is living proof of that, and proof of that. Even if you don't fail, if you fail in school, if you don't want to be a matrix slave, that you could still go get it. And
you don't have to have clout.
This is Gen Z talking. And this is why people like Musa watch my shit. And this is why like the people who give up like end up to like Lasanabi's content, and then end up like people who gave up on their dreams end up watching Destiny's content. Like it's just the difference, man. We did a poll. I asked, my whole chat said 1, they would rather lead. Destiny's chat all said 2, they would rather follow. And we also admitted that everybody would rather lead. So if they want to give up, fine. But I want to have winners watching my shit.
Okay. All right. This is a whole different topic.
No, it's the same topic. It's the philosophy behind it. It's ambition versus complacency. And Destiny's going to keep saying that it's facts over feelings. I don't know what it is. But like a mindset is not a feeling. It's something you can put your mind to anything. It's not a feeling. It's what you need in order to be rich now. I'm going to have Iman Ghazi on later on. We're going to talk about that. One of the richest guys I know, he's 22. Gen Z, I want to change that mindset so that a lot of people can get out of this shit.
No. Yeah, well, listen, Musa, I thought a lot of the stuff that you said was really interesting and insightful in regards to algorithms, and yeah, that's really cool. Sneako, what do you think when you hear somebody who's like, I'm fine with being a follower, like, I don't like leading, it's not my thing. What do you say to those people?
Okay, go ahead. But we know what the number one coveted job in America is. When you ask a kid who's now 5 years old what they want to do, they wanted to be astronauts, they wanted to be NBA players, they wanted to be superstars, they wanted to be the best. You don't ask a kid, what do you want to do? They say, I want to clean carpets. They want to be the saxophone player. That's what they want to do. So I'm saying feed that. Feed that kid, that little kid that inspired you with all those dreams, bro. You have to follow that. And don't give that up, because I'm tired of seeing people give that up, because you know what you wanted to do when you were everything I do, all the decisions I do, I am living for that kid like that was 12, that was sitting in class, that didn't want to be there, that felt like this was a waste of time. Everything I do is to make that kid happy.
Right.
It's good for mentality switch.
I'm just curious.
Go ahead.
Because I'm interested. To people who are in that, like I know some folks who work at an ad agency, they make $60K a year and they're good with that. Like for them, they go on a trip once or twice a year and they go with their life. They're happy. They get to see their family every Christmas, all that stuff. What do you say to those people who are good with that? Do you think there's something wrong with what they're doing?
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
Okay, so can you acknowledge that there's a lot of people who may fit into that mold?
You can still be a happy person, but
hold on. I just want to finish. Okay. When I hear you say, "Oh, these people are slaves," "Oh, these people are just bots," and all this other stuff, do you not understand that people who just want to live a regular life and not think about being an entrepreneur and stressing about algorithms and doing all this stuff, and they just want a sense of security? Like whenever you talk, it almost makes it sound like these people are subhuman. There's something fucking wrong with their brains.
Yeah, he's got a point. I'm not gonna lie. Like I know people.
It could hurt people's feelings, but I think some people.
It's not about hurting feelings.
No, Sneako, you're missing it.
Go ahead, Musa.
It's not about that. Look, like one of the people that works for me, right? One of the guys I have hired. He doesn't want to he doesn't ever plan on obviously I have my own agency in terms of editing and stuff like that. He doesn't want to do that. Like he doesn't have any interest in becoming the head of it. He's just happy all right, what do I got to do today? All right, I got to edit 8 TikToks. I got to run I got to upload them onto this page. I got to upload them on YouTube. I earn £3,500 a year. A month. I'm happy with that. And he's just complacent. He's happy with all of that stuff. And he doesn't really have any interest in becoming a business owner. My brother's one of those people. My brother's happy to just go and become like a carpenter or whatever, and then come home, play Valorant, and he's happy with that type of lifestyle.
I just want to ask you a question.
Let me answer that, because I see what you're saying, and it does hurt. A lot of people hear that, like the subhuman thing when I call people bots, NPCs. It does hurt, because deep down people do have a sense of regret that happened. And then someone that I'm really grateful for that gave me the privilege to be where I'm at is my father. My father had the exact same dream as mine. We went to the same school. He graduated, I didn't. We were both film school. All these photos I have around here are photographs of my dad. He took these pictures, but he gave up on his dream to raise his kids and to have a comfortable life and raise a family. He fully dedicated into raising his family. And that's a decision that he made, and I would not be able to be in this position if he didn't make that decision. I look up to him for that, but still I see there's a regret that he has that scared the shit out of me since I was a little kid. And even though he lives a happy life, he loves his kids, he lives vicariously through me, he still wishes that he could have been that artist that the 6-year-old version of him wanted to be. And that's what I'm talking about. So even he's going to watch this and it's going to make him think. But that's always been my biggest fear. So it's not that I'm trying to like make people subhuman, but I think people need to hear someone like me call you a bot if you give up on life, or else you're not going to, and you're going to hear Destiny and say, well, yeah, I'll clean carpets and be happy. Yeah, you'll be fine, but you won't live life to the fullest. And I think the worst way to live is to have regret.
Do you think your dad is unhappy?
No, he's a happy guy. The reason he gets happiness is seeing me succeed. He lives vicariously through me. So
right, seeing his seed, the one that he's like invested everything into,
his eldest son, seeing his eldest son succeed and fully pursue his passions as an artist and chase my dreams and everything. He knows that the sacrifice he made is the reason that I'm able to do this.
Right. But okay, so 2-part question. So if your dad would have seen you have a really good job, right, making $80K a year, got a girlfriend, stability, all this stuff, do you think he'd be any other unhappy? Do you think he'd be more sad?
No,
or do you think he'd be just?
He would. It's not even happy or sad. It's just fine. He'd be fine. He'd be okay that I'm safe, that I have a comfortable job. It would be fine. But I want exceptional. I'm ambitious. I want everybody in my chat to not let go of that ambition that you have inside of you. Young men are ambitious by nature. We want to conquer. We want to go get it. And then everything we hear in life is to get rid of that. And I hate that mentality.
Okay. Musa, I was going to ask you about your employee earlier that you mentioned. When you see your employee, how good is he a really good employee, the one that you mentioned earlier?
Yeah.
He's awesome, right? And it helps your machine and your cog work really well, right?
Yeah, of course.
Would you say that people like that are absolutely necessary for bigger empires to grow?
Is that a good point? Yeah.
Yeah. I think that...
Not everyone. What he's basically trying to say is,
relationship.
Yeah.
What he's saying is, not everyone has to. Like, if everyone was a leader, like you're trying to,
nobody
get
would
people to be, then then there would be no leaders.
That's true.
So,
nobody.
So at the same time, obviously, it's a good idea because it doesn't really matter how many people Sneako tries to push this progressive mentality onto. First of all, not everyone's going to adopt it. Second of all, he's never going to reach everyone. So it's good to push it, in my opinion. I think it's good for more people to become leaders. Why not?
The truth is always somewhere in the middle, but the truth is probably where you're at. I'm an extreme, Destiny's an extreme, and we need each other so that some people hear my message, some people hear his. It's necessary.
The reason why I say this is even within a military, you can't have everyone be a sergeant. You got to have corporals, you got to have soldiers, privates, and you got to have people who are officers, right? And if you have the aptitudes and you take the extra work, then you get to move up in the ranks and take on more responsibility. My point being is that the machine itself does not work without everyone not playing their role. And so my prescription is not that people shouldn't move up laterally. If you're ambitious and you have dreams, you shouldn't chase it. That's not that. My whole thing is understand that everyone's going to have the role to play, and we don't have to denigrate it or make it sound like it's a garbage role or we have to treat people terribly or any of that stuff. I think a lot of people who go every day to their job, do it exceptionally well, and make sure the machine works well are absolutely pivotal and to be respected. Maybe it's me being a bot or whatever, but I don't know. It's like, Sneako, I respect what you do and I love what you do, and that's great. I also look at my mom who works a 9-to-5 doing housekeeping, and I respect her dedication to doing that consistently, the kind of discipline that she has. And so my thing is, you might value one more than the other, but I don't think I do. And I don't want to walk through life thinking like, oh, you took housekeeping, you're a fucking bot and a loser. It's like, no, some people just want to live things simpler, and I respect them for it if they're good with that.
I agree, but I think people, I do look a little bit differently at people that can afford to take that risk and still don't. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I kind of like, I don't, obviously it's not that deep really, it's not like a big deal, but at the same time, I'm like, you can flourish so much more than you already are, you know what I mean? And they're just not willing to make that leap. Like people like my brother, for example, I always bang onto him so much, like, we could be making so much money, man, if this guy was just a bit more driven. But he just wants
do you
to
understand?
Valorant.
Do you understand that not everything is about more? And Sneako, you're going to agree with this in the sense we listen to a lot of Patrice. Patrice always talks about the fact that there were times in his career where he could have said one thing or done something for somebody else or bit his tongue at certain points, and his career and his wealth would have grown exponentially. But what would make him happier at the end of the day was saying true to whatever message that he had and whatever his side of truth was, and saying, I'm gonna just stick with this. And it
That
cost
was more on the other side. See, you have, it's sacrifices. He was choosing to be more funny. Like right now, when Destiny says I'm cooking for Islam because I don't want to make jokes about it, it's like I need to set a limit to how much funny I want to seek. I don't want to die. I don't want to get murdered. So there you go. There's limits on both sides. There's limits to how much money you want to chase, and also limits to how much you want to chase your art in the message in the meeting. You make decisions, but more often than not, Patrice was an outlier. Patrice is known as the funniest of all time because he never set that limit. He kept going, and now he's revered as the best stand-up comedian of all time. But more often than not, most people will choose to just get a comfortable job instead of being the funniest of all time.
Patrick O'Neill? Or Patrice O'Neill is the best stand-up comedian of all time. I've never seen this dude before. I don't know. Do people really say that?
Yes, a lot of comedians doing he's revered, but you know, listen, he's not unanimously, but there's some people who feel that way.
Even Chappelle would say that, I think.
I don't think he would say that. I don't think he would, but he was well respected and well liked. I would say, if you guys are always talking about you guys can do more, you can do more, but at the same time, you Sneako also acknowledge that there's things that you're not willing to do to get ahead or to do stuff. I feel like a lot of regular folks feel the same way. They're like, listen, I don't want to start up a TikTok account. I don't want to do this shit because it's just labor. I hate TikTok. I don't want to spend any time. In that same token, Sneako, you don't want to stop saying certain things that will hold you back because you want to be able to say what you want. We all make choices in life to maintain certain aspects of ourselves because we don't, even though it might help us to grow to do those things, we decide not to do it. I don't think it's necessarily a wrong thing to do that. The same way I don't want to, listen, maybe I should start TikTok tomorrow. It would probably be beneficial to my channel. I just don't care for the platform that deeply. Everyone makes those choices. What's wrong with
I don't even have TikTok.
What's wrong with that?
I don't have TikTok. I don't like the platform either, but I understand its value and we're utilizing it properly. Instead of scrolling all day and becoming getting dumber on it and just watching streams and consuming it, there's ways to profit off of it. That's all I'm saying.
You think TikTok is bad?
TikTok is Chinese brainwashing.
Right.
Whoa,
TikTok's really bad.
Bring this the fuck back.
It's crap, bro.
Wait. Okay, so TikTok is terrible
for
people, but you guys are actively like trying to make viral content.
I understand that people are addicted to it, and so we're utilizing it to our advantage. But most of the content on there is brainwashing, making people dumber, and it's CCP programming to make us believe in a bunch of bullshit so that we get weaker.
It ain't going anywhere, so you might as well utilize it whilst it's here. That's what it is.
Exactly. You got to understand the market.
Maybe that just sounded crazy to me. It sounded like you guys know it's bad for people, so you're like, fuck it, I'm also going to get them.
Yeah, but at the same time, Abba, you also got to think that, okay, yeah, it's bad, and it's bad.
Isn't that kind of unprincipled? Am I crazy for saying that?
No, I think, look, this is where I think... Look, you're right.
You're plugging them deeper
Hold on.
Aren't you plugging them deeper into the Chinese matrix by doing that?
No, but the content of what he's talking about is helping people plug out. The content is better that his content gets pushed than CP. Much better.
He's like Morbius, bro. He goes into the Matrix to dig you out. That's what he's saying.
It's gonna unplug you, bro.
That's what Andrew Tate told me. He said, if I'm Morpheus, you could be Neo.
That's actually a really good impersonation. That's one of the few impersonations you...
I do good, bro. My preaching impression was perfect. I was dead on. I'm going to Romania tomorrow to meet up with the Tates.
That's dope, man. I hope you enjoy it out there.
Yeah, Destiny wants to get out of here and play Factorio. He's tired of this conversation.
I'm just chilling, dude.
I mean, for Destiny, it's just free content. This is going to be a 2-hour debate. He speaks for 50 minutes of it, and he's good. He means cheddar. But
that's true.
I'm going to have to rewatch this whole thing tomorrow morning.
Yeah, well, listen, it was cool. I actually learned some stuff from you guys, so talk.
But I'm gonna let Destiny play Factorio and read Twitch drama for 7 hours.
Thanks, I love you, babe. How are things going? How you doing?
No, good. I'm doing good. Can we just chit chat for a while? Do we have to yell all the time, man?
No, you're good. I like chit chatting. What's up?
You know what? I like coming on here because what I've understood by Abba's questions is that Destiny and I are two extremes on both sides, and it's the truth is always somewhere in the middle. So it's good for us to have these debates so people could come and think for themselves. Like I understand that I'm an extreme. I don't think Destiny thinks he's extreme though. I think he thinks he's right.
No, Destiny's definitely extreme. He's a pro-government, pro-establishment extreme. I think you would acknowledge that. No?
Oh man.
I don't think I'm an extreme, obviously.
Nah, I knew it.
No, what? He dick riding the government so hard right now.
Hold up, Destiny. You say that a lot of people are anti-establishment, and you're very pro-establishment. Wouldn't that make you on that spectrum an extreme?
I think most people are probably like whatever. Is it ambivalent or is that negative? Most people are probably
right in the middle. Indifferent.
Yeah, I would say most people are like ambivalent. They're just like
yeah, but that's not you. You're pro-establishment.
I mean, I think there's a difference. We're not going out there sucking off the fucking.
No, he is.
He's on Biden dick right now.
No. Yeah, he is. He does do that.
No, I don't actually do that. I just push back against people that are like trying to say that like everything is rigged and everything is fucked. And
okay, I thought you were an extreme pro-establishment person. This is actually different too.
I mean,
I'm not
it's
gonna lie. I do
what you
think
mean,
the
like,
elections are a little
pro-establishment?
bit jiggy.
Like, what do you mean, like pro-establishment?
oh,
Like, I just
God. Like when this guy
generally
just said the
believe, like,
elections are
government-
rigged, like that's usually what I'm pushing back against.
See, like for me, it's like I look at the
let's not talk
government
back
that
on
we
it
have.
too much because I don't want the channels to get straight.
Because like the government that we have, you have to understand, like we're not some fucking crazy North Korean government, or this is not like some fucking like we're not in that stage. The government is still made up of people. If you're like, I still believe that we have just a degree of control amongst ourselves.
Right.
We still have autonomy in our system.
Yeah,
we still
you
have
would
people
think that,
who like
wouldn't you?
collectively come together. Oh yeah, that is true. I'm part of the Matrix, bro. You're right.
Fucking tool.
Yo, Musa, I'm gonna ask you, man. Now that you're making this cheddar, it's like you're not telling people you make this kind of.
Pardon?
You're not
He's
just
telling
telling
people we're very open about our income.
You know what I realized?
Hold on, you just walking around these London streets and telling people how much money you make every month?
I carry no cash.
I mean, it don't matter if people know you got money.
Yeah,
you
bro,
gotta
they'll
be
break your
careful.
fucking hands and get you to wire transfer. They don't give a fuck.
I don't want no roadman to run up on you. You feel me?
He's in Nottingham, he's not in London.
Yeah, I'm not even from London, man.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Just be careful out there, especially when
Yeah,
you're
of
just
course,
out here
man.
taking public transport and shit. I don't know if you still do that.
No, bro, you can't concealed carry out in fucking the EU, dude.
Yeah, I appreciate the concern.
Destiny, can you summarize that Miskiff call? I wanted to tune in, but your Reddit was just memeing about how many people were watching it. What was the summary of that phone call?
You want me to
15K.
summarize the fucking 3.5-hour call? No, I can't do that.
5 sentences, go.
There's like a huge drama over whether or not some guy that sexually harassed another girl that was sleeping was being covered up for by like the people that own a team house, Miskiff and them. That was like what everything was going over, and they were trying to figure out.
So who's the bad guy?
It's complicated, man. I'm not gonna just give you one bad guy.
So it doesn't even matter. Damn, you pulled in 58K live viewers for It's Complicated?
It's
Yeah,
no,
big
that's
up
why
that channel.
people watched me, because they wanted to see the full breakdown of the It's Complicated. True.
Destiny, what do you think about like all these liberal streamers doing everything that they promote not doing behind the scenes?
It's pretty bad. But I mean, all of you guys like do the same shit. All these Red Pill people like sit here and talk about how horrible and shit porn is, and like Andrew Tate made his money like selling cam girls online. So I mean, like everybody's full of
Yeah,
shit at the
yeah.
end of the day. At least I'm honest about what I
No,
do.
you understand the market. Same thing. We understand TikTok's bad, but you got to utilize it because people are going to seek it out anyway. It's like, do you blame the crack dealer for the drug epidemic, or is it Reagan's fault?
Sure, but like, look at what you say at one end or the other, right? You're trying to say that everybody should be their own individual. They should all accomplish exactly what they want to do. Don't go to school. Don't be a cog in the system. And now you're telling me, how do I make money? Well, I literally am the system. Like, what is it? Like, at the end of the day, everybody's getting high on their own shit. Like, I mean,
the system, bro.
No, look, the one thing I would say.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
No,
I'm
no,
not
no,
saying
no.
I am the system. There's one way to make money. Here you go. Here's an opportunity, but it doesn't revolve around me.
no, but I'm saying, but like, you're like saying, like,
against
school is
porn?
a scam. I'm going to teach you how to get rich, and how you get rich is by starting a school. That's essentially what you're doing.
No, I make like that's maybe 1/4 of my income. Most of it is Google AdSense.
Yeah, I think I want to deal crack now.
Base.
Go ahead,
Me
bro,
too.
you do great.
Base crack dealer. Do math, dude.
I'm
You
gonna
can sell me
definitely hit
some
up.
shit.
I'm definitely hitting up Sneako and Musa after this. We're gonna get.
You don't know what we do out in these streets.
Hey, listen, I got
We're
it.
serious around here.
I did
No,
streams for
I
the
would
first
say
time
no,
2
Destiny.
days
I would
ago.
say that I agree with what you said about Tate in the sense that yeah, he obviously he says anti-porn and stuff like that, and then promoted it, essentially made a business out of it. Now I would say it's different in the sense that when Sneako was pushing his stuff through TikTok, it's different because he's pushing a positive message that's better than CP. Fact, right? But I would say that obviously Tate stuff, like he wasn't doing any good when he was obviously doing his camgo business. Like that's just the fact. Like Destiny kind of right on that one. That's a contradictory statement to say.
You don't know what they do behind the scenes. You know, they donate a lot of money. They have a lot of charities. They donate to the church, stuff like that.
That doesn't.
Something
Look,
they don't talk about.
Bro, drug
that's great.
bosses donate money to charity too.
Look, Sneako, that's
now?
bro, that's
I don't think
amazing.
I don't think
That's really
drug
good.
bosses
For
are
good
bad
people,
people.
but it doesn't stop anything. Like it doesn't change the fact on what they did. Like that's really good. Like, that's amazing. I don't care though. That's different because that's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is the fact that there's a clear contradiction there. They say they're anti-porn, and then they made money from a porn industry and pushed more porn.
That's not a contradiction. You don't get high in your own supply. Drug dealers don't do coke. Destiny, do you think that drug lords are bad people? I don't think so.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, of course.
They're bad people. But you think El Chapo's a bad person?
Yeah, selling poison by the kilo
absolutely.
is a bad thing. Yeah.
Murdering indiscriminately owned citizens, not giving this friendly fire, none of that shit. Yeah, terrible.
Friendly fire bad, yeah.
But
Overall, like people
No,
who
look.
run up a bag, people go from being broke to becoming millionaires selling drugs. Are they bad people?
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely,
you gotta do
because
some
they're
bad shit to get there,
criminal
bro.
You're also
Look,
destroying your
Sneako,
communities.
look,
Like, if we're
I
being
can
honest,
give
these
you-
people when they're
Go on, sorry.
addicts and families, they're not good people. If you make content, Sneako, that ruined families all across America, right? Had people becoming either dying or fucking robbing their friends and family just to be able to. You don't think I would think you're a terrible person? Absolutely.
Okay, so why don't you blame Reagan for importing all the drugs or the government for?
Isn't Reagan dead? If he's dead, they dance on his grave. I don't.
Look, I can say right that I think that obviously the mafia level drug dealers, like they're like that they can't be that good of a person. But I would say that obviously, I would say that where I'm from, obviously that I keep saying obviously,
Obviously.
Look, where I'm from, it's not the greatest area. So I've seen people that I went to school with. Obviously, I've seen the innocence in them, and I've seen them go from like these people. They don't have a lot of money. Like their parents are literally selling on Sunday markets and stuff like that, going to the markets to make a living. So yeah, so these kids at my age, they have to, otherwise they're not going to eat.
Do you want to know the reality to that is?
Go on.
They're part of a transnational criminal enterprise, and they're just as guilty as the people that are running it. So yes, they are in fact criminals, and they should be fucking sent out.
No,
Hold on, wait, chill.
Look,
I
I'll be
wouldn't say
honest,
that.
I don't like
wouldn't.
seeing that because my friend, like that was personally, that's my friend. He's my longest lasting friend, ever dying like loyalty to the end with him. Right? He had to come to my house and eat pretty much for like almost 2 years straight. The guy couldn't eat, bro. His family could barely afford to live. I'm telling you, like this is what it was. So then he started selling drugs and he had to start doing all these things, and eventually, like obviously, there's not a lot I could end up helping him with. Sometimes he'll call me up, I need some money, but that doesn't make him a bad person, bro. He's a good guy.
It's a complicated thing. It's a complicated, obviously, right? Like I walk back on like he's just as guilty as El Chapo. Obviously, El Chapo's running the organization. This person's a very small cog in the machine. He's like a front level dealer, right?
Yeah.
The thing that the way I don't budge in is like you're still contributing to that organization with you being a cog in the machine. Somebody down the supply chain in that vertical integration is still getting hurt,
That's true.
That's where the morality gets into, right? That's where it's hard for me to look past, right? It's one of the reasons why, like cocaine, for instance, I would never do as a drug, or really like most drugs, right? Like unless they're legalized, simply because like if I'm buying cocaine or like let's say I buy cocaine from some street dealer, right? You're right, the street dealer probably doesn't do anything. They're just trying to make their fucking bag, right? They're trying to like pay their bills. But if I give my fucking $100 to a coke dealer, somewhere down the road, because of my involvement and their involvement, somebody else got fucking hurt. That's where my morality comes. That's why I don't do drugs. That's one of the primary reasons why I don't. Also, I don't need to do drugs.
But have you ever been in a situation where that's one of your only resorts? A lot of people, like even he said, like he's tried to go and get a job, but they obviously has to put down like where he's from in his general area, and they don't hire people from them areas. Like they have genuine like blacklists, don't hire people from these areas and stuff like that. It's hard to get them type of jobs. And then even then, he's had experiences where he's gone and worked with like people that run markets. Obviously, his dad would have a stall at a market. He'd go and work for someone at the market, and they wouldn't pay him sometimes. What's he gonna do? You know what I mean?
Why doesn't he just open the TikTok and start editing?
True. Actually,
bro.
true.
You just told me anybody can do it. No, you just told me anybody can do it.
Actually, true. Wait, hold on. I walked back then. Actually, what
He doesn't
Muda
have anything
said.
to fall back on.
What
What's he
Muda
got to
said
fall
was
back on?
right.
He can't eat.
It is his fault.
I mean,
he should be doing
he
YouTube.
can do it part time. He can do it part time. He can't just be slanging dope all day long. He gotta learn how to edit on his time off. I say he does drug dealing at night, and he does editing.
Moose,
by
I'm
day.
going to ask you: was I stupid at the age of 16 working retail jobs when I could have just been out slinging crack and making 10 times what I was making at fucking?
No, look, it depends on the situation. If you had the ability to fall back on your parents, like we've already said, then
Well, I didn't take a job from my parents. So what was I supposed to do? Like fucking retail job? Or what would you think would be smarter for me to do?
I've said this. I said this earlier. Work your retail job, stack your bread until you're in a comfortable position where you feel like taking that risk.
I ain't mad at that.
I said that. No, my friend, he couldn't just start making TikToks because he couldn't afford to eat, so he had to get money so he could eat. You know what I mean? So it's that type of shit. So he didn't have the security to fall back.
I'm about to head out, but I just want to ask everyone before I leave. Who's Sneako, in your opinion, who's a terrible person?
Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton.
All right, the hot sauce lady. Dope. What about you, Destiny? Who's somebody who's a terrible person?
Who's somebody who's Donald Trump?
All right, Musa, you go next.
I'm a religious guy. I don't make them calls.
Hey, there you go. We got a God-fearing man. Muda, you're last.
Joe Biden, because he doesn't fucking do anything.
Nice.
We got the whole fucking trifecta.
First thing I agree with Muda on.
How are you gonna trigger me that hard in
Hold on.
one
I'm fucking with you. I go with Trump.
Oh my God.
I'm not the Biden. No. I go with the Trump. I'm not like I go with Trump. He's like a fucking.
Damn. Look, Biden's a little bit brain dead. I ain't gonna lie. Like, he's a little bit like.
He's
a bit lost.
Wait. You're that religious? You can't even say Jeffrey Epstein.
Hey, it's still not my call. I don't know what you're talking about. It's still not my call.
I respect that. He's a God-fearing man. He knows his job is not to judge. His job
I still
is to
do,
edit.
but like it stays in here.
Yo, Abba, can you turn your camera on next time?
You don't want to look at my nose?
No, man. No.
I don't want to know about that video that you filmed, the one in the morning where you played to be like the, yeah, like the nerdy kid next to the one video on your channel.
When I was talking like this.
You scared me, man. That was scary.
That's my D&D voice. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go.
Alright, be easy, bro.
Fine, careful, babe.
I'm about to get at you too. Destiny wants to play Factorio.
Did you want to chat? I thought we were chatting.
Okay, let's chat, bro. What's going on, man? You bailed on my fucking double date so that you can go like read Twitch drama.
I'm sorry.
To be fair, I would as well. 58,000
Yeah,
views.
no. I would too.
58k. No, Disney, you did the right thing. Don't worry.
Thanks.
I back it.
Thanks. I tried. I'm always chasing that bag, you know.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't want to be complacent at fucking dinner with you when I can be.
It's been a wild week for Twitch, bro. Like fucking, I've been tuning into Destiny shit for the last few days just because like all this Twitch shit. The only one that's parsing it is you.
Well, because no one else can watch my shit because I'm fucking banned, so they're all getting fucked.
I told you when this shit happened that there was gonna be a big shift and that people were gonna start coming to YouTube streaming, and didn't you kind of prove that on your own stream?
I'm here because I got banned from Twitch, my dude. That's why I'm on YouTube.
No, but I'm saying that all these people watching Twitch are mad at these woke people for being fake woke, and now they're gonna come over to YouTube. They're gonna come over to different platforms. They're gonna diversify where they watch stuff because of what happened. And now, isn't that proof that you got 58K covering this shit? That now
a lot of it is just LSF and the drama hype right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'll keep growing, but I think people will start to switch eventually. I think Twitch is running out of steam, which is kind of sad, but yeah.
You didn't say that last time. You said Twitch was gonna keep going.
Well, I mean, they're not gonna like die, but I mean, I think you're gonna start to see like YouTube become more competitive. I don't think Twitch is dying anytime soon, but I think that like you are gonna start to see more people hop over. There's already been like a big
competition, obviously.
That Twitch owner that made that exit, he did the right thing, man.
Which one?
I'm pretty sure one of the owners of Twitch like sold the platform to someone else, right? Like not even too long ago, 2-3 years ago, something like that. What a move.
The older like CEOs or whatever.
No, it was some young guy. I think I'm on about the right guy. Anyway, he exited for
TV.
Yeah, I think it's something like that. I'm not sure, but bro, a couple $100 million, young guy.
All I just know is Amazon fucking picked it up, and now they're holding on to a video site that's apparently costing them fucking too much. It seems.
Dang.
Like they had to fucking bring up the concurrent viewer numbers and all that bullshit, and it was like, fuck. I don't know why they're not willing to eat the fucking cost, because it surely can't be that high for Amazon.
It's gotta be pretty high, like serving all. Wait, eating the cost for what? Oh,
for like Twitch a little bit, like versus the bad press and currently in the situation they're in, you know.
I don't know why they are like. Are you talking about the changes they just made to their partnership stuff?
Yeah, even though I don't think that's not bad for most people. It's just like the streamers.
Yeah,
at the
but they
top,
don't make
right?
much money off it. It's bad publicity. I super don't understand that. That was weird as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like fucking. It's interesting, like they're making these moves now, because like if you think of the competition, like Sneako's right. Like I don't think it's so much like there's a fucking cultural shift as much as there's like a valid competitor to Twitch that like because. Dude, I've been streaming on YouTube for like years before anybody like here was, and the system was terrible. Like in order to fucking set up a stream, you had to like spread your. It was fucking ass. You had to set up like live events and shit. Now the system's gotten super easy. The quality is better. The chat systems are the same. They got all the gifted memberships and shit. All they need now is like discoverability. Like there needs to be like a fucking YouTube option where like you're on the homepage, you click live, and it just changes to like the Twitch style layout, and fucking that would be the fucking killer in YouTube system.
Or you can stream on Cozy. Cozy or Rumble.
It would also be
To
nice if
fair,
they
Cozy's got a good user interface in my opinion.
I wish they had a
They've got good
persistent
user
chat
experience.
on YouTube.
Yeah, like offline chat.
Yeah, I would just a persistent chat would be nice, but
Well, I don't know. I mean, like these things are gonna get implemented a little bit. I feel like right now they're like buying a bunch of streamers to bring in from Twitch, which is kind of smart because like obviously you're bringing their viewership, but it's just like you got to get the platform up there for the smaller streamers to completely switch on over. Do you guys see the recent short shit? Like they made the monetization so much better, and I swear that's literally there just to like fucking
Changed because shorts have always been monetized, no?
I think you get more money out of the shorts now. So obviously anybody that's on Twitch or sorry TikTok might be like, maybe I'll come to this platform because I'm actually getting paid, versus like a lot of people who aren't even in like their TikTok like partnership program.
Yeah, I feel you. I'll see it I'll believe it when I see it because right now $12 for like 2.5 mil. It's not really looking too good for the shorts.
No,
least that's what I've been
like, yeah. Streaming just needs to get like a lot better. Like streaming just needs to get through the final hurdles on YouTube, and at that point, it's like, then we can like Twitch is never gonna die. Obviously, like it's never gonna be a platform that goes away, but it's definitely gonna be hurting because now it actually has competition, and it's not like Mixer competition. Like they're going up against like the biggest video sharing website in the fucking world right now. So it's not like their competition is like weak sauce, right? Like the reason why Mixer fucked up, and the reason why Mixer didn't go through well is like kind of the reason why Facebook gaming doesn't do too well is like you don't really have like that. You don't have like the stack of content creators over there, right? So it's like as long as you have like the content creation moving over here and like the content creators like keeping their platforms on YouTube, that's the one thing that brings like the fucking like the pain, you know, to Twitch. Asmongold did a thing where your chat's fucking Asmongold did a thing where even though it was like a non-monetized thing, he was apparently charging like Amazon 160 grand just to fucking run his stream a month.
oh yeah, because of how much data they save. It's a lot of data, yeah.
Exactly. I mean, the thing too is like even if they get a discount from Amazon's like farms, that's still money Amazon ultimately eats because they could have serviced like an actual, you know, business partner with all that bandwidth. Yeah. So I don't know.
Destiny, your chat's funny. I'm saying I'm stuck at sea. Seems way cooler than Sneako. No, Sneako ditch. What's
Anyways, guys, I'm gonna head out. Good talking with you, Destiny. Good talking with you, Musa. And yeah,
safe,
take care,
man?
guys.
I'm gonna cut as well.
Yeah, it's been fun. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.
See you guys.
Okay. It's past my bedtime. It's fucking late for me. I love you guys. It's been fun. We'll do something tomorrow. What's happening tomorrow? Is anything happening tomorrow? Nothing. Alright. Love you guys. It's been fun. Wait. There's a dude on Twitter. You should check him out. He's a cool dude, I heard. Alright. I love you guys. It's been fun. Reparano, Cappuccino, Pappuccino, Hoppuccino, Moppuccino, Dappuccino, Cappuccino, Appuccino, Albuccino, my dude, Arenas. I will catch you guys next stream right now. Peace out.